Most folks in Eberron live their lives hoping to survive and protect the ones they care about the most.
A few do that and more, trying to help those around them, even the ones they don't know. But only one group does all that when no one else can. The King's Citadel, the ones who do the job no one else can do. Elarian, the Shield, a star-forged Aegis whose strength lies in the defense of their companions and their will to keep the Citadel and its missions safe no matter the price, even when that price must finally be paid. Merime, the Sword, a Kalashtar bard whose dreams predict doom and disaster, and who has touched the mind of a god. Her skill in battle, insight into the hearts and minds of those she encounters, and love for her sister in the Citadel is more necessary than ever, if her divinely touched spirit does not waver. Tantan, the Brain, a dragon-marked human artificer whose jovial demeanor conceals a deep curiosity, razor-sharp intellect, and long memory. He knows what he did for the last war, and he knows what it did to him. And now that he has returned to the site of it all, deep within the ruins of Seir, he knows how much worse the next war will be, unless he can stop it. Nisiana, the Heart, a dragon-marked halfling healer whose love for her sister is matched only by her desire to help and heal the members of the Citadel. She's grown wiser and more wary, and has learned that at times harming matters as much as healing. Can she keep hope and the King's Citadel alive? Rowan, the Wild Card, a human wild magic sorcerer who's played a dangerous game for most of his life. He's gone all in to save his friends, but for the first time he's learned they're not the only ones sitting at the table. Can he break through the shadows of his past and finally call the bluff? These 5 elite operatives came together to aid the salvage outpost of Salvation, where the Grey hovers nearby, a threat and a promise. With the Oracle of War, they found an artifact powerful enough to end a war, or begin one. They traveled to Sharn's City of Towers to unravel the Oracle's mysteries while stopping assassination attempts from the terrorist organization known as the Emerald Claw. They traveled back to Salvation and into the Grey to repel a war-forged invasion and take the fight to the Lord of Blade's secret fortress Razorcrag. They paid a heavy price to rescue hostages from the fortress, and the Lord of Blades escaped into the Grey, seeking a way to create an army of Warforged powerful enough to crush the 5 nations of Corvair. But the Citadel had more immediate problems, the Emerald Claw, and a looming war. At the same time learning that the Lord of Blades seeks the Oracle of Bones to create his invincible army. Now the King's Citadel is in a race against time to unite the 5 nations and stop the Lord of Blades before he can turn his full might against all of Corvair. They've saved Salvation, navigated Sharn, prevented disaster at Razorcrag, stopped the war with Thrain, and thwarted the Emerald Claw. But can they finally unlock the Oracle of War's secrets and defeat the Lord of Blades? Only if they remember that in the end, all they have is each other and the King's Citadel. Long live the King. Welcome to Eberron. Welcome to Corvair. Welcome to the final season of the Oracle of War.
That music bringing us in. What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Arvanauts. Welcome, everybody, to a Saturday night stream. It is Saturday, September 13th, 2025, in the year of our Lord, etc., etc. And I hope everyone is doing well as we provide you some entertainment in the form of Day 79 of D&D with I&B. It's Dungeons & Dragons with Infinity and Beyond. This is Eberron Oracle of War. This is the final season, and this is part 4 of the final tribute of the final season of Eberron Oracle of War. Very excited to be able to bring this to you tonight because things are Heating up, everybody. Before we get there, though, just a couple of notes about ways to support us on the channel. If you haven't done so already, please follow us on the channel. Please check out our YouTube at !ArvTube. Thank you for those of you who have already subscribed over there. It is free for you to do that, but it really does help us out and gets you some extra content, so please do that. Discord is !ArvCord. You can hang out with the Arvanauts in between streams. Blue Sky is !ArvSky. That is where I am exclusively as far as the microblogging stuff is concerned, so please join us over there on Blue Sky. And don't forget to check out Gen GMs, Gen GMs, which is where Zach Clay and myself talk about DM and GM tips. We will have announcement about that coming very soon about some new video releases related to that show. So I'm excited about that. And again, the website for all this, arvanelleron.com. Financially, Arv Shop is the merchandise area, which supports us. A lot of the players today repping that. In fact, I see 1, 2, 3, I believe, people repping the shirts today. Arv Treon is the Patreon. That's going to be part of the subathon focus, which we're going to have in just 2 weeks. Subathon coming up, which will be trying to get that into triple digits and get our sub numbers up to that level as well. If we can do those things, we will be in good shape. So please do get ready for that. I am excited for the subathon. And I'll talk more about that in a second. And of course, subbing to the channel, as Tren was kind enough to do at the beginning here, is always very much appreciated. Tren has supported consistently for many months and years now. So thank you very much to Tren, and thanks for all those who do that today. And as always, publishing first, Icarus. That's my graphic novel from Athos Arts. Library is my Tales and Tomes, The Forbidden Library. That's my 5e adventure and source book from Alligator Alley Entertainment. And Gray Shade is my Gray Shade IP. Gray Shade, Renegade, and Heretic, the Gray Assassin trilogy from Athos Arts, available at that link. Also, the audiobook from our very own Tren Sparks, available at that link of Gray Shade, and be on the lookout for Renegade and Heretic audiobooks coming by the end of the year. And of course, you can pre-order the tabletop role-playing game of Gray Shade, which is coming to you from Alligator Alley Entertainment and designed by our very own Brandon O'Brien, about whom more in a moment. Coming out from Alligator Alley in about 5 weeks-ish or so. So very excited for that. Please do jump on board and pre-order that now so you can have that when it comes out. And as always, BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Very important to reach out when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And thank you, Shattermage. Thanks for the resub. I appreciate it, man. And thank you, please be like Shattermage and do that. And thank you, of course, for the mention of Ukraine, 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 to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against the illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage, and send the message we will do so for others in that situation in the future. Quick note on schedule. We've got this going on today, then we'll be off Sunday, Monday. I will be back on Tuesday, which is also my birthday, by the way. Yay. And we will be starting the final adventure in the Beowulf Age of Heroes campaign with Tari Tunes. We will have something replacing that, by the way, but we've got a lot of endings. We have the Eberron campaign will be coming to an end by the end of this year. We have the Ghosts of Saltmarsh by the Dice Roll campaign. Ghosts of Saltmarsh will be coming to an end soon, probably by the end of the year or the beginning of next. And we will have Beowulf coming to an end as well. And we'll have other things coming in, so it's not going to be missing it. So that's the thing. 100% Shatter. Could not agree more. Absolutely. Let's see. So anyway, where was I? Yes. So that's happening on Tuesday, followed by the Pen and Pixels over on there as I play more of Expeditions Rome. So that's going to be on Tuesday. And then Thursday, more Dragonlance. Very excited for that. More Dragonlance, Gold Box Dragonlance. And there's going to be, that may be a theme that we will come back to because we've got an announcement to make about the Infinity and Beyond crew. But that's the deal with that. First, though, I'm going to unmute myself, let the folks know that we are ready to go, and then I'm going to unmute them. And last but certainly not least, I'm going to head over to reveal to you the crew, which is missing some... No, what happened? Why is this... Wait a minute, is that... What happened? Why are these windows... Something broke.
You may not have actually... Oh.
Wow. I was going to say, Arv, your camera feed is not in the Zoom call. Oh, yes, it is. It's right there.
What?
I didn't recognize.
I don't know what's
okay. Sorry,
Did OBS break? Is that what happened?
I don't know what
I
happened.
am invisible for this session.
Yeah.
Lurking
Ilarion
everywhere.
will be played by
It has
2/3
to
of
be
Brandon
obvious
O'Brien's
because
face.
I'm just everywhere. I don't get what's happened. How did Rowan get so big?
Yeah, Rowan is twice as
He's
got
he's really popular.
Rowan contains multitudes. I think we can all be clear
Apparently.
about that.
Wow.
All right, hang on. That is really strange. I don't know. It was all set to go. I'm like, great. And then I came back and it was utterly broken. All right. Well, I will start at the bottom left of the ziggurat. I'll make the big announcement after everyone's introduced themselves. So I'll start with the person on the bottom left who is totally visible to you, and that is one Mr. Tren Sparks. Hello, Tren. Good to see you. Thank you for repping INB with the shirt. How's everything with you and so forth, and whom are you playing today?
So I have here what's left of a pot of tea, which was more earlier, because I was basically in the booth until dawn. I was like,
Okay.
because it still gets very, very warm in the booth. So recording at night is still easier because it's easier to control the temperature. Especially if it's getting warm during the day here. And we have an air conditioner, but we haven't been using it during the day because it hasn't been that hot outside the booth. So I'm still doing a lot of recording at night, but I don't have to worry about the crickets, which there are now like 30 outside this window. And so it's just crazy insane. Anyway, yeah, it's I climbed out of the booth and was getting some water. And I looked at the clock. I'm like, it's 6 a.m. I'm going to go to bed. And so
Wow.
went to bed. And when I woke up and I looked at the clock and I'm like, it's been 2 hours. Nope. And so I went back to sleep. Or I tried to go back to sleep, but I couldn't. So I got up and I checked some stuff, went to the restroom, came back, and had some water, and I laid back down and I blinked and I looked at the clock, which I keep looking at my wrist as though I wear a watch, which I haven't done in decades. But it's like, and it's 2 hours later. Shit. And so this process keeps repeating. And when I got to about 2:30 in the afternoon, I'm like, all right, that's 8 hours. That's it. I'm done trying. And so I got up and decided to watch a pair of Canadians react to seeing The Never-Ending Story for the first time, and they're just like, oh boy,
that scene. How did they react to that
oh man. So it's describing the swamps of sadness, and I'm just like, and of course the Chandra, the wife, is like, nothing that ever happened to that horse. I'm like, oh lady, oh my God, no. And as soon as the sinking starts, she's like, and the whole way through they've been like, wow, this is really dark for a kids movie. And she's like, this is not a kids movie. And I'm like, yeah, it is. It's just,
the 80s.
This is more of a Brothers Grimm level of a thing.
The original.
I missed what movie this was.
The Never-Ending Story.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
But going back to the original German.
Oh yeah. And so yeah, watching them watch that for the first and react to it for the first time was just delicious, just delicious. And last night before I went to bed, I got caught in a what are those things that you get caught in and you keep getting pulled down into them?
Rabbit hole?
Rabbit holes. Thank you.
Another. Like, is this a metaphor that I don't want to know? Because I
was going to say recursive spiral, but I don't think that was right.
Yeah.
No, it was another couple of Canadians,
right, Coven? Yeah,
called Cinebinge that do movie reactions that I also really like. And it was George, the Asian guy, who's the one of the two of the thing, and he was showing his dad, who is from China and speaks no English. They were watching the first 3 Star Wars films, and by that I mean 4, 5, and 6, and
right,
and the Terminator 1 and 2. and so they're watching it with Chinese subtitles.
Choice.
And he is speaking Cantonese with his dad. So he has removed the Chinese subtitles from the film and he's put in the translation of what his dad and he are saying. And it was so cool to watch this thing and to watch his dad make comparisons to Chinese folklore based on what he's seeing in Star Wars.
Oh, that's
And I
cool.
was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, that's
It was
awesome.
very, very, very cool.
Super cool.
Anyway, I'm playing.
Yes,
some
it's
guy.
like and also you're playing specifically who?
Yeah, I've forgotten his name. It's
Hanton, Takashaw, to Kenneth.
yeah, Hanson, which I think was a band somewhere. Which yeah. He doesn't. He
With their
doesn't
spell
have a mechanical
Mbop,
good voice.
yes.
Yes. No, not that one. That spell sucks. That's like that other spell that sucks. I'm sure there's a spell.
Dancing Lights.
Okay, sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, it's just yeah. So yeah, he's basically leather Santa Claus. Don't take that in a bad way. He's not like leather Santa Claus.
We're not going
No,
back there, sir.
take it in the good way.
Damn it.
Clearly, there's so many
No.
good ways to take it.
I mean,
This is me we're talking about.
if you're into
no,
that
I'm-
kind of thing, then that's
I'm
kind of
frequently
what
reminded,
you're
yes.
into.
It is.
But more importantly,
No, it's a pleasure to have Turn of this. It's also a pleasure to have Marie with us. Welcome, Marie. Marie is now looking properly centered and all that on the screen. So it is good to see Marie. Marie, have you prepared all of Canada for the arrival of CanCon attendees next month? Because I'm aware that Canada, by federal by law, must notify people that us godless Americans, some of us may be coming up there. So I just wanted to know, have you made plans for that? And also who you're playing.
No, I'm just like throwing a bunch of glitter towards like border services and we're gonna see what happens.
That
like,
works there? That's cool.
it's all good. It's the usual protocol. It's
see.
all good.
Okay.
But it's gonna be so cool that we're in a new venue this year and it's so pretty. It's got light and like expansive ceilings and room in the corridors that you can walk without whacking into each other. And
Nice.
ooh, Greg, exclusive right here, right now. I've not even organized it yet, but I'm gonna announce it
Okay.
on the Saturday night.
Yeah.
Are you excited, Greg?
I don't know yet.
You're excited.
I've known you far too long to say yes before I know what I'm supposed to be excited about.
Wow! Bird! On the
We're going to
Saturday
rappel
night.
down the side of the Ottawa something or other. Like, no
What the
thanks.
heck spoiled it? No,
Throwing glitter as we go.
no, we are going to have I know you're excited, dance party.
A dance party.
Yeah,
wow,
I
you sound so excited.
I
I
can't
know.
tell you
Like,
how
I'm not
incredibly
feeling the vibe.
pumped up I would be.
I mentioned it to like as a joke to all the kids in the concom, you know, the
Oops.
ones who are in their 20s and 30s,
Yes.
and they were so excited, Greg, like so
Oh, really?
excited. I'm getting a dance floor. Like these people are too excited. I gotta like give them the
I
joy.
see.
But what you'll like more on the Friday is we're having we're gonna have a reception celebrating Canadian small book publishers.
Okay, cool.
So you'll like that. It's kind of it's a networking event. You can wear something tweed.
I if I'm allowed in though, they'll just be like, they're like, wait a minute, isn't this an American?
No, we like you.
Oh, okay.
Others are in trouble, but no, we
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you.
I'm very-
you've got the in.
I am genuinely excited for CanCon. It's one of my favorites every year. I'm excited to go back and all that kind of good stuff. When not
Thank
planning
you.
awesome CanCon though, whom might you be playing this evening?
I am playing Mirime Hawksmore, who always makes excellent decisions and
Clearly.
is a College of Bard Kalishtar. I am Sikik is how you pronounce it. I'm French, I know. And I get to hang out with all of my friends. I get to stab people. I get to cast magic. I'm sure tonight will go well because we certainly did not split the party. And I'm very excited for this evening.
Yeah, no, and we put you with Rowan, so clearly the two of you will manage, very
we
well.
did not plan that
Yeah,
well.
I was just gonna say.
We
Damn
got-
sure.
Nothing
Yeah.
will ever go wrong.
Rowan, we're gonna have fun, Brandon. Like we're gonna, it's gonna be great. I
You-
have
you
to
all-
mention Nor.
It's gonna be Tanton and Isiana Larian just walk out of the murder scene and like Nusir is just in flames, and you're just sort of like, what happened here? And you're like, well, you see, what happened was
Mistakes may have been
yeah,
made.
mistakes may have been made.
So I have to mention
Anton's
Nor.
just gonna be like, not again.
I have dimension door, but it's important to note, Brandon, and this is very important, that if we're going to use it, I have to do so before you get your ass knocked down, as you tend to like to do, because I once Googled, can I use Dimension Door on someone who is unconscious? And Google replied very feistly, like, no, because unconscious people cannot give consent.
Oh,
I
oh.
see.
I was like,
See,
oh.
you started talking and I immediately went, if I state to you that I am willing before I die, doesn't that mean that? But that's not how that works. That is
You,
not
you
how
can't
consent works.
pre-author. It's like, was this like a
Um,
pre-authorization? Like, just so you know,
Yeah.
in the event of death, dimension door me. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want you to know that I got like, yeah, I good point, Google. I'm sorry I looked that up. Please don't put me on a list.
you've heard of a
So-
living will. This is the dying will, and not the way you
It's
imagine.
Rowan needs one of those like medical bracelets, but it just says, "Please get me out of here."
Dimension
Don't
door
forget your
approved.
hot
Like,
feeling bracelets.
Yeah, it's like, or a dock wagon bracelet. Just get me out of here.
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
If you're reading this, it may almost be too late.
Exactly.
My friend's new resurrection. Please take me out.
I'm begging you.
Okay.
That's awesome. All right. Well, I'm excited for to see what shenanigans Maramay gets up to. And as we've been talking about Rowan as well, let's talk about Brandon O'Brien, who is with us. Yay! So Brandon is here. Brandon, how is the busiest person in show business doing these days? How's everything on your end?
my
and
God.
and who are you playing today?
I am. That hesitation took far too long. I think I'm okay. I think I'm good. I'm literally trying to remember if the last time that we played was before or after Worldcon. I recall we
It was
played a
after.
session after
It was
Worldcon,
12
yes.
days. Yeah. So ago. So
Yes. So as you can see, I am still recovering from Worldcon. I still miss Seattle quite a bit. I still miss all of my friends quite a bit. I have been trying to drown my sorrows in being busy. So I've been digging back into the novel, and that's been going very well. And also have some other things that I have been nursing the ideas for. So I'm very confident for those things as well. The only media thought that I have right now, even though I am still presently watching a thing, but I will talk about that thing when that thing is done.
okay.
Is that recently I have been made aware of a discourse in Japanese literary mystery spaces
Oh boy.
called late queen theory. Which is essentially the idea that because mystery is a piece of fiction, it is impossible to sell an audience on the idea that the detective who is solving the mystery at hand has considered all of the options, because as you're reading it, you immediately go, well, there are some options that the author just never thought about, and that's why they're not in the book. And that there is this like question of whether there is the ideal mystery where the act of pursuing it is the act of proving that the detective has in fact considered every possible outcome.
Okay.
And as a story premise, this is obviously very intriguing to me, because I'm like, I want to write that story. I want to write the story where the audience is absolutely convinced that the detective has genuinely considered every possibility, and this outcome is the only possible outcome in this story. But in the real world, this is also very frightening about the way that we think about actual law. Because it means that you haven't thought, you also need to consider the possibility that we're never considering every option in the real world, and as a result, dozens of people are going to prison because no one ever stopped to ask every possible question that could be asked within the realm of reasonable doubt. So I just wanted to briefly let you know that all law is broken. And that this is going to live in a part of my brain for the rest of all time. So yes, this is where I suddenly pivot into all the joy that we're going to have for the rest of the evening. Hi everybody, I'm Brandon O'Brien. I am a poet, writer, and game designer from Trinidad and Tobago who is never this morbid in real life. Tonight I'll be playing Rowan Shallow, who is absolutely positively not going to do anything reckless this evening.
No, okay. I'm just making sure that I take a note that is the case.
Yes.
That'll be.
Remember that Brandon said that and not Rowan.
Yeah, no, I know. It's very true. Always a pleasure to have Brandon with us, and also a pleasure to have Jennifer Brozek with us today. Good to see you, Jen. How is everything with you? And whom are you playing this evening?
Well, I don't know if you noticed just like about 5 minutes ago, but I was muted and yelling off screen.
I saw you talking to someone on screen. I couldn't tell that you were yelling, but yes.
Well, it was more like Mimir, my teenage kitten,
Yes.
was being a menace. In fact, all the kittens are being a menace right now. Like going places they're not supposed to be going, but they're different than the last set of mouths I had. The last set of mouths just did little things like climbing curtains. That's what I expected. That is not what this set of kittens is doing. This set of kittens is literally playing parkour through the house.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, included my trophy shelf, the top of my trophy shelf, which you would not think that I was wrong. I was a very wrong cat owner. So, which is fine. It is nice to see that they are healthy and well and being kittens, but my God, they're teenagers. I'm getting sullen looks when I tell them no. I'm getting like literally.
Are you sure it's not just the regular cat expression? I'm just.
Oh, no. This is a very specific cat look. And like when one of them gets too excited and doesn't think, they will jump up on things they're not supposed to in front of us, and then they get yelled at, which they immediately get down. But it's just like they're
Are they looking over their shoulder to see if are they looking? Are they looking?
Right now they're not here. My husband came in and got Mimir so that he would stop doing the thing that he was doing. I went and got my flu and COVID vaccination yesterday.
Okay, good.
So every time you see Lilu come and push my arm, she is hitting my vaccination spot.
She's just reminding you of the good decision that you made. Like, hey, look,
I did.
Remember this
They
is
asked
safety.
me to come back next week for pneumonia because apparently if you're over 50, you also should get pneumonia this year.
Oh, jeez.
But last week, if anybody is really interested in some horror, I read with Marguerite Sheffer on Story Hour.
Story Hour, yay.
Which was so much fun. And her story will never have you looking at lobsters the same way again, which is a thing to say. And mine is a series of flash and short fiction. So if you're starting to get in the mood of spooky season, because it's starting to finally get a little bit cooler, though my state is currently on fire. I checked. We have 16 wildfires going on right now.
Wonderful.
12 of them got started 3 days ago from a lightning storm.
Oh. All right.
Because we have the drought going through.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're on fire. But not nearly as bad as last year, which sounds weird, but we're better than last year, which is great.
That's good.
Let's see. Anything else of interest? No, I can't think of anything else of interest. So, I am playing Nisiana Di Jarasco of a halfling healer from the House of Healing, who is currently not regretting splitting up the party. Or actually, I wasn't the one who said split up the party, but I agreed to it, so it's just as bad. And I'm still waiting for an answer from my Baron on my sending. But
yes.
It's only been a little bit.
Yes.
And she may not have any clue who this person is. Even if they are, in fact, actually a member of the household. She still may not know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we're gonna go chase after an invisible demon or something.
It's gonna be great. What could go wrong? But it's always a pleasure to have Jen with us. And last but certainly not least, happy to have one Mr. John Helfers with us. John, good to see you. And I promise we won't talk about this much other than to say congratulations. The Packers look really good.
Hey, so did the Steelers.
I
so
was
yeah,
pretty happy with that.
Good, good
not
debut,
bad, not
absolutely.
Bad. But how are you, John? How's everything with you, and who are you playing today?
I am good. Yeah, it's been a heck of a week for football. Oh, I actually have something to lightly promote.
Oh, yes.
So there is a gentleman named Christopher Schmidt who puts together these anthologies, and the latest one is on Kickstarter right now, and I'm just going to post the link to it. It's Creepy Yuletide Tales.
Creepy Yule.
Why does it say?
Is this the Christopher that I just co-edited the Good Neck?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's definitely worth a.
Hang on though. This one says Fade Duelist. I don't think that's the right one. I want to make sure I get the right link. Why are you being? And I'll post it a little later. Anyways.
Okay.
So I'm part of the. I think, Jen, you're part of IMTW, the Tie-in Writers, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And he put out a call a few months ago, like, "Wow, Twisted Yuletide Stories." I'm like, reprints, because the only one I've done has only appeared in an Origins anthology, and he sent it to him and said that's exactly what I'm looking for. So I happen to have the enviable position of leading off the anthology, which I was very gagged by.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
And it's a really cool looking. I'll get the link up. Spread the word. Take a look at it. Should be a lot of fun. You got Kevin Anderson, myself, Joshua Pruitt. Who else? Chris Schmitz is in there, and Shepard, and many more. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I had a good time. And it's always nice to get a story out into the wider world. It's
yeah, totally.
My story is called Santa Claus versus the Krampus, or How Mikey T. Jr. and I Saved Christmas Jersey Style. And
I remember the Jersey style story.
Yes.
Yeah.
See?
Yep, I
yes,
remember.
and it is written in complete Jersey dialect. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Outstanding.
But it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to do. Anyways, I am. It's great to be back with everyone in lovely September.
September.
And without further ado, I'm playing Alarian, the Starforged Aegis, and we should get rolling.
Yes. Let's do that. So I promised everyone that I would make an announcement tonight, chat, and I aim to stick to that promise. So the announcement is that, as you all know, we are in the final stages of the final season of Eberron Oracle of War. And the Infinity and Beyond crew loves each other very much, and I love all of them, and they do not want to stop playing after we're done with this, and why would they? And so we have come to a conclusion about the next campaign that we are going to play. And I thought we had some different options that we could do, and I was sort of like, I was going back and forth a little bit about what options we could use, but I finally decided that there was something that might fit well with sort of the current zeitgeist within D&D. And also the players were interested in this because they have various sort of memories of liking. Some people have read it, have not read it, all that. But so starting after this campaign concludes, there will be a little bit of I'm actually not going to spoil. There'll be a little bit of a surprise couple of episodes that are not related to any of this, but I won't say more about that until later on. But then when we begin our next long form campaign, the campaign will be the Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen.
What?
So we are going to be putting we are going to be having these folks play Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen. It's some Dragonlance, D&D fun for all of you folks. So we started with Eberron, and we are going to be doing some Dragonlance next. We will go to the world of Kryn. Now this will be a level 1 to level 10 campaign. This is not going to be another 1 to 20. But the players are interested / excited, and we were exchanging information about like what series to read to get ready for it and all that kind of good stuff. And so that is the announcement. So that is going to be next up for INB after we're done with this, and it's not going to be next week, to be clear. They do have some things to resolve first, but that is going to be the next big campaign on the docket for INB.
We're not done blowing up Eberron.
Yeah, no, Eberron still must be saved first. So, but very pumped up for that. So that's the announcement about that. And with no further ado, let's talk about what we did last time. In our last session, as I fire up the music right now. Actually, let's go with this one, I think. Yeah, let's go with that. In our last session, the King Citadel has come to New Seer in an effort to gather information from the leader, Prince Orgev of New Seer, about where the Creation Forge could be found. That is what the Lord of Blades is seeking in an attempt to create a massive army of Warforged that would overwhelm the other nations of Corvair. That was the intended idea. But of course, not surprisingly, nothing ever goes quite the way you hope for. And so when they arrived, they found that that New Seer, which is a refugee camp, really, is in terrible shape, and even worse shape than normal because of something which has been going on over the last couple of months, relating to much more difficulty in being able to feed the people, in being able to keep them clean. There have been all of these extra disasters that have befallen New Seer, and nobody really knows why. But the party definitely has its suspicions. For one, they are very unsure about one of the advisors who was sent from House Jarasco, known as Diraz de Jarasco, who supposedly is the one who has been trying to help these people. There are a lot of deep suspicions about whether this person is legit and on the up and so on. And one of our not totally at all split party groups, consisting of Merime and Rowan, spent at least some of last session trying to track down some of the healers that have been trying to help people. So far, they have discovered that they've been giving these people some purple potions of some type to try to make them feel better, including Diraz was giving one of these. But Rowan was pretty pissed off at Diraz in the first place, and so firebolted the bottle out of the child's hand that Diraz was handing it to, and that led to Diraz not being happy with him. And so we are going to have at some point very soon a discussion between Rowan and Diraz, with Merime supervising in an effort to see what's going to happen and whether we can get some explanation from Diraz. In the meantime, though, the other folks, Nisiana and Tanton and Ilarion, after Tanton built an awesome, basically self-cleaning arch in the center of town, which took many hours and which did not at all leave Tanton incredibly exhausted. After that happened, Tanton was brought by Nisa, was sort of told by Merime and Rowan to go to this random bakery where Nisiana and Ilarion had gone, having learned from the now resurrected ambassador that had been previously killed, that he had had a person there who was a member of the Dark Lanterns, the secret society from Brayland, the secret service, really, of Brayland. Not quite as awesome as King's Citadel, of course, but I mean, who is? That had come to speak to the ambassador. And what they discovered was that shortly thereafter, no less than Diraz de Jarasco had showed up as well, and the ambassador, who it turned out had been poisoned by a poison which only takes effect at midnight, very, very clever, had discovered that the person had told them, the ambassador said just before slipping into unconsciousness, that the agent in question had supposedly been living above this bakery. So Nisiana and Ilarion, and then eventually Tanton, went to this bakery, only to discover that, well, maybe it wasn't really all what it was cracked up to be. First of all, there was a sign on the door saying they were out of flour. Then when they went inside, there was this strange dripping liquid that was coming from the top floor and dropping onto the ground below. And it turns out that the reason for that is because there was a body upstairs that had had the head torn off and the organs consumed by something, which then ran on clawed feet toward a window which is still closed. So apparently this thing killed him, ripped him to shreds, and then teleported outside of the window. Just, like a usual Tuesday, basically. That's the idea. And so the one bit of...
you said.
Yes, that's right. The one bit of information, the one lead, however, that the party did find as I head over to the map was that there was, as I look for my handout, there we go. Yes, there it is. That there was this mysterious diagram. It was a mysterious diagram that had all of these listed words upon it. Tattered banner, and then a question mark, an arrow leading to rats, rats with an arrow leading to plague, plague leading with an arrow leading to New Seer. Jarasco, question mark, leading up to rats. Probably not talking about Nisiana, one would assume. Jarasco with an arrow also leading to unrest and then reprisals. And then farm sightings, that's interesting, some reference to a farm. And then famine, and then New Seer. And last, a name of a person that the party has not met yet, Commissioner Gebler. So they found this as well. And the party, having gathered this information, was now apparently going to follow up on some leads. But we'll come to that group, that side of the party, in a moment, because we're going to begin with the two, Merime and Rowan, who had just tracked down Diraz de Jarasco. And Diraz de Jarasco said something to the effect of, I suppose you're going to explain yourself. To Rowan, and Rowan had responded with the very angry question, but first you're going to explain something to me, and then said something awesome, which I don't directly recall. But it was an awesome question, basically demanding that Diraz tell me what you know, sort of thing. Did the whole "Where's Rachel" thing. So that was where we left things off, and I'm going to begin there. Rowan, you have just asked this angry question, and Diraz is staring back at you. So I want to ask, first of all, Merime, are you just sort of arms folded, waiting for fisticuffs to begin? Are you sort of like intervening, or are you just kind of like, all right, well, Rowan's got this. I'm just going to stand back here and look. What do you want to do?
I have my hand on my sword, making my intentions clear that I will be, like, it's still sheathed, but that I am backing up Rowan, and I will let Rowan take the lead, because there's a reason that Rowan and I are here, and I know that Rowan will push all the right buttons, but I'm keeping an eye out for any surprise attacks or anything, and I got Rowan's back, and if he needs me to step in, I will do so. But
sounds good.
You know.
And I do want to point out that the boy that had been getting the whatever it was, this purple liquid, is still standing not very far away. Did take a couple of steps back at your request, Rowan, but is still staring kind of like open-mouthed at the two of you as you are staring at Diraz. So I just want to make sure that it's clear that that boy is in the vicinity.
Right.
Okay.
I'm going to ping him telepathically, just because that's what Merime does, and I'm going to say, maybe you want to get out of here now.
And so the boy is like,
now.
So the boy is literally looking around like,
where is this voice coming from?
Run now.
So the boy runs like 3 steps forward and then stops and then turns around and then like runs 2 steps over. Like is very much like, is like staring around, like not knowing where exactly to run, apparently.
Go home. You'll figure it out there.
The boy turns and books it towards some direction, presumably towards home.
That amused her a bit.
Okay. So in the meantime, Rowan, Diraz is just sort of staring at you, and you've asked this question. And Diraz has not responded to it. He's just sort of like, eyes flashing, I would say, would be the way I would describe this gaze.
I'm sure if I asked you what was in that bottle, you'd make up all kinds of stories as to why we should automatically trust that you are doing whatever it is you say that you do. Instead, we're going to investigate that on our own. While this is happening, is the mind link still up?
Oh, yeah. You heard me scream at the kid too, but I dropped him now.
Wow. Do you have any, like, I'm literally going, do you have any spells that would detect anything funky about the liquid that is now, I can only assume, bubbling on the ground beside me?
I bet you that my sister would, but I unfortunately do not.
Grand.
So
when you say that, he says, as far as that's concerned, you're more than welcome to be able to look into that liquid and determine what you can. It is, in case you're curious, an attempt to heal. This population has been quite sick, and we've been overwhelmed by it. Not that you would notice, since you've decided instead to cast spells, attack spells near innocent children. And he just kind of stares at you.
Can I insight him?
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Do I believe his bullshit or
Sure.
not?
You could
I get perfect. I get that at advantage.
Okay. Yep.
The fact that you've already defined it as bullshit tells me that you don't believe it.
28.
You're told exactly what you believe.
Oh shit, he's so honest and good.
Now I understand. He's right the whole time. No,
I'm drinking the potion. Okay.
exactly. Yeah, I need to take it. You attack Rowan. What's going on? Okay.
Gwyneth Paltrow was right all along. Okay, go on.
Jeez. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. No, none of that happens. Marimay, I would say that what that tells you is it's probably true that this item has healing properties. You don't think he's making that up, but that's doing a lot of heavy lifting, right? Like saying, like, oh, it was healing. Like, so's a Band-Aid, right? Like, you don't know what the level of it is, but the point is that clearly he's putting a lot of weight into this is healing stuff, and you're pretty confident it's not poison, but clearly there's stuff he's not saying.
Right. I'll just, tell Rowan, like, I think he's full of shit. Except in a cool D&D way, probably. But no, that's what Mihime would say.
Okay.
He's full of it.
Okay, Rowan.
Here's what I know. Admittedly, of the very little in this great big world of ours, I'm sure of only two things. One, as much as no harm is the ideal that we can hope for in this world, often, in the interest of mitigating harm, you need to be willing to call a couple shots. The second is that without dwelling too much on the details, something very recently, very strange has been taking place in this town for some time now. And if you are, as you say you are, willing to get to the bottom of it, rather than simply put on airs, you'd be more than willing to at least communicate with as many other people as possible about the contents of anything that you're delivering to these people, rather than just go off in the middle of the day on your own and start putting liquids in people's hands.
These are healing potions. They are healing potions that are designed to heal.
What are the consequences of a healing potion that is consumed by someone who is not ill?
They would feel perhaps even more vibrant and full of energy, I suppose. Why?
Are you perfectly confident in that assessment at this very moment?
No, I don't spend much time thinking about what I give to the perfectly healthy, because they're not. They're sick, many of them.
Grand. So this would heal any ailment?
It would at least help any ailment.
Can I ask
what
a
is
quick...
this stupid thing that I'm going to do now?
Yeah, while Rowan
Sure.
is deciding stupid, can I ask something? And that's just because I missed one session. Did he just arrive in town? Like, or was he there beforehand?
I will wait to answer that. Well, that's okay. So yes, he was in town before you arrived. He's been there probably about a month, I believe, is what he said.
Okay,
yeah.
So I guess I'll just pipe up, Rowan, while I can see that you're starting to scheme. Why are you distributing all of these potions now? Where did they come from? Anyway, these people have been sick for a while until we healed them, and now here you are suddenly just distributing these potions now that we helped them so much.
He says, have been distributing these since we arrived, and it has been extremely difficult. The plague has been raging. I don't entirely know the reason for it. My healers and I have been doing everything we can to try to bring it under control, including the use of these potions. We didn't just start distributing them. I am grateful that you, an extraordinarily powerful, high-level group, clearly, were able to do your work in healing them. Would I had had the resources earlier on, but I did not have those resources, so we did the best that we could with what we have. New Seer was not a priority, unfortunately, for Brayland or our people.
And what was the singular decision that changed that for you in particular then?
There is no singular decision change. I have been trying to help these people the same way I did a month ago and the same way I did now. We have been making these potions here and doing the best we can to provide them to the populace. But it is difficult. I have only 4 people from the House Durasco with me, and they and myself were overwhelmed by the many hundreds, even thousands of those that you can see around here who were sick. We have done the very best that we can, and you will note, by the way, that not a single one of these people has died during the time that we have been here. We have prevented death, and that, of course, is the first goal that we must have. It's not good enough, but it's a start. And the fact that you've come in with this shooting things out of hands, and it's just disgraceful.
I want to clarify another thing, just to be sure.
Yeah.
And I raised the mechanical arm.
Okay.
And I try to make it seem as if the pistol just kind of like slips out on its own, like this is a thing that I cannot actually control.
Okay.
I go,
He kind of takes a step back.
some part of this I cannot help, to be sure. The rest is me being perfectly conscious about one thing. If you are as you say you are, then you would have no problem at least giving pause and proving that to people who are also responsible for the lives of New Seer. In the same way, if there was any doubt that you had that we actually have these people's best interests at heart, you can definitely put us to task as well. But for the time being, because some mischief has been afoot, that's a thing you're going to have to verify. If not with us, with the Prince's Guard. And that's going to have to happen today and not tomorrow.
And so he says, you mean you want me to come back to the prince and to speak to him? I will do so gladly. Prince Orgev should hear of this anyway, and hear of the treatment that I've received, and not just me, but the other healers here. I'd be happy to do so. And he sort of is like, you can see he's kind of like, like one of those like, is getting himself worked up, and he says that we should go back immediately, and he marches off in the direction, not running away from you, he's not trying to escape, but he marches off in the direction of the palace. And you can hear him as he goes, like, amateurs, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm gonna ping Rowan and just be like, I'm starting to think he might be more incompetent and out of his depth than he is necessarily evil, but, I'm sure you'll be ready to hit him with a fireball if that proves different.
I say aloud, incompetent. Well, I whisper, but to the tone that to the volume that I know that he can hear me. I'm sure this is mostly I'm sure that this is mostly incompetence as well, but even incompetence has its own dangers, so we will verify it regardless.
Agreed.
Thank you, Caitlin.
I take it your response is still mind link, but I was saying that aloud.
I say it out loud
so you would hear
when
me.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
When you say it aloud, I say it aloud too, just because I'm like, well, if we're
Yeah.
Once that's the case, where do the two of you then follow him back to the
Oh, yeah.
palace?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We are all headed back to the palace as we speak.
All right. I love the image of Rowan and Merime sort of kind of looking at each other and then following as as like marching up the dusty street. Go ahead, Merime. Yeah.
I'm just kind of check if I come within 170 feet of my sister, I'm gonna mind link with her just to let her know where we're headed and see what she's up to. I'm not sure how big the settlement is, so we might not.
It's bigger than that. Good size. Do you? But I should ask. Do you have to have line of sight to know that? Like, are you just constantly like sonar? Bing, bing.
I can basically sonar ping. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think you also established very early on that the two of them in particular,
Oh, right. That's right.
because of their relationship.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. Thank you for the reminder. That's right. Okay. I shall keep that in mind. All right.
Perfect.
In the meantime, doing, doing. Okay. In the meantime, Tantin and Larian and Nisiana, you have just come out of a
very,
The
very bloody
abattoir.
scene. But you do have with you this diagram with a bunch of leads. You talked, and this is just a reminder because you mentioned it last time. You talked about this thing about you didn't know what the hell the Tattered Banner thing was about. You wanted to know what the farm sightings were about. You weren't sure who this Commissioner Gebler thing was, guy was. And last of all, as you mentioned, Isiana, you're waiting to hear back about from the Baron. So those are the main things that you've got right now. What would the three of you like to do?
I think we need to go back and regroup with the others, because if we're going to check out various different things, Shutter, we may need to split up the party again. We can't all cover this, going from one to one to one. We need to cover more ground more quickly. So my suggestion is we head back to the manor house and find the others.
So we know a couple of things. One, there is an invisible demon around. He has murdered. 2, we have this clue. 3, there is something off with my kinsman. I don't know what it is, but there is something off with him. Thus, I don't trust him. 4, someone murdered our ambassador. And it's a good chance that they're going to do it again or try again. But they certainly got his contact.
Right.
In a way that cannot be resurrected.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Oh, you don't know about that, me and Tantan. Yeah, the ambassador was
Yeah. I was like, what?
killed him with a poison called Midnight Tears.
Midnight Tears, yep.
Can be administered at any point during the day, and it goes off at midnight. And through various clues, we came to this place, and the person we believe found dead is the guy's contact, who was part of the Lanterns. I know they're not as good as we are, but they
try. Yeah.
So there's a lot going on.
Do we have any clues as to who poisoned the person you speak of?
The ambassador whose name you can't remember?
Remember, he's very tired.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Well, that's
Yes.
okay. Jen can't remember it either. So, no, but 1, Midnight Tears is incredibly expensive. 2, whoever is doing it is designing this to drive a wedge between New Seer and Brayland. And again, that number that my kinsman came up with is outrageous amongst any number that could have come up with. So it's like added insult to injury with the killing of the ambassador. Either they didn't realize we could resurrect him, or they assumed we would and decided that maybe the ambassador would take offense.
Do you think that whoever poisoned them knows that they are once again alive?
Well, we haven't mentioned it, but we haven't said it either way.
And we want to test. I'm sorry, I'm just going to ask this. Marie, didn't we write down there were 2 people who visited the ambassador the previous night, right? Mm-hmm. Who was that again? Because
there was
I would know.
A Dark Lantern.
Who is who's dead?
Right.
Yeah, and
what's his face? Jarasco, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It was
right.
That's what I recall. Yes, and
yeah, those are the 2.
Didn't Jarasco brought the bottle of liquor with him?
No.
Dark Lantern brought the bottle of liquor, but right, and did
The
Jarasco
gin,
try?
right? The bottle of gin.
Both
and
Ambassador and Jarasco had some. However, if you poison the bottle, and I will note, as far as we know, that's the other thing. He's not dead.
Right.
If he drank the same bottle, he should have died.
Well,
Right?
as a
both
cleric of your
glasses.
house, I'm sure he could probably neutralize that fairly quickly, if indeed he knew about it. But
If you knew
And
about
the-
it, yes, he could neutralize it. There's
correct.
Yeah, and the poison was in both glasses as well, and the bottle. So
So I would like to know if Marimé and Rowan found him, which last we heard he was out administering to the people. How did he survive? Which also makes him
Well,
again,
but
like his
the,
actions are weird.
the first thing we need to do is surprise him with the idea that the ambassador is alive and see if he reacts to that. What I don't understand is, let's say the Dark Lantern was the assassin, who is now dead. It is the first rule of assassination. Make sure the person who did it can't talk. Why is Braylon sending assassins to kill this guy? If that is the case, if we
Why
can
would
prove
it?
that's
Why
what
would you
happened.
say Braylon anyway? Because
Dark Lanterns is a Braylon organization, isn't it?
yeah,
Arv, am I
Braylon
wrong?
guy was the one who was
yeah,
killed.
it is.
Even more puzzling, why would he kill his own representative? It makes even less sense.
He wouldn't. And again, why is Duraz still alive?
Well, that is, yes, that's definitely a question we have to ask. Is he a unknown? Did he get? Well, no, he'd be dead if he didn't know about it. You're right. If he didn't know about it and drank it, he'd have no reason to cast
But
it
if
on
he
himself.
did know about it and healed himself, why didn't he go heal the ambassador?
Yeah. Okay.
What if it's a really long game and the ambassador knew we could bring him back and actually the Dark Lantern was the target?
Well, we did have that long conversation about resurrection on the ship while we were traveling over here, so clearly.
Clearly cannot choose the goblet that's in front of you.
Yeah. No,
You've given
no,
everything away.
no, but okay, 3 people, 2 died, 1 did not. 1 died by poison, 1 died by having his head ripped off.
Or his guts torn out first. Maybe the head was
I
after.
don't know.
Who knows?
Now,
Anyways.
all I know is I don't know if Duraz is still alive. I was just told he was still alive this morning. Therefore, I have to assume he's still alive. So again, we had 3 people. 2 died last night, and 1 didn't. So how
Right.
did he stay? How is he still alive?
Right. Well, then, again, back to the manor house to track him down. Is, I think, the best bet.
And refresh my brain, we do not have the head that got ripped off, right?
No.
No.
No head.
The flying invisible demon took it with him.
We don't know it was invisible. It was we didn't see it. It was gone already.
You sensed an invisible person.
I sensed. Oh no, that was over them, not here, not at the bakery. I
No,
sensed
not-
some sort of presence at the other place. We cannot leap to the conclusion it was a demon or the demon. That's my
Okay.
point. Could be a lot of things. It was just a
It is
massive
an
magic.
interesting coincidence that you were up in the air, invisible, and sensed another invisible flying thing. That then we stumble upon a murder scene which involves someone leaving out a window but not leaving any footprints on the ground.
Yeah, but as I
That's
recall,
cool.
many demons have short-term teleportation ability too. So,
Yes, but they crawled to the window,
well, or he crawled on the roof and went somewhere else. Who knows?
or they walked to the
Ow.
window.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or they sauntered to the window.
Trotted.
He went to the
Anyways,
window.
it's true. You bring up a good point. It is a coincidence, possibly, but if it was a demon, anyways, we could go around in circles all day here. Because why didn't it attack the prince when it was there to cause more chaos? Who knows? Because it had perfect ability to do so, unless it detected me and decided not to. I don't know. It's a very good question. We have many, many more questions than answers here right now.
Though I think when we do see my kinsman, we shouldn't be like, why are you alive? We should be, oh my God, thank God you're still alive.
Well,
You stop, you menace.
That's what we should be
Looking
saying.
off to the side,
Actually-
you see.
actually, what we should say is, my God, did you hear the news about the ambassador? Not intimate that he might have been a victim yet, but say, oh my God, the ambassador was killed. Like, we don't even know he visited him last night. Let's keep that information back.
Okay, I know
read
how
him
well
then.
we act. It's not that good.
Look, my face doesn't even move. So,
Okay,
you
then
know.
you do all the talking because I
For
just
those
All right.
punch someone.
For those of you listening at home, what Jen said was, you menace, not Humanus. This is not a Shadowrun pen. Okay.
Humanus.
My elder male kitten is in my closet, knocking things down and trying to climb onto hangers.
Seems about right. It's a gym,
He's an
right?
elder kitten.
Yeah.
An elder kitten.
Elder kitten.
I'm
He's
so glad that
just over a year old, so he's a kitten still.
Yeah.
But he's a teenager.
Elder.
so glad the chat's having so much fun with this potion of theirs. That's a hoot.
Nisiana, as you are coming down the sort of steps of the bakery with everybody else, in your mind, you receive the message back. And it is apparently from the Baron, at least you think so. And it says...
They hacked it, Arf. They hacked it. And
Yeah, exactly.
One of their own.
The too soon. I'm a little sensitive to this question. All right.
I had to do it.
I know. It was a softball. I understand. But it says in the message, Duraz de Jarasco was sent to help Prince Orgev of Nusir.
No, extend to him every courtesy. Deny this man nothing. That's it. That's it.
That's it.
Oh.
Boy, he's paying by the word apparently.
Well, I mean, yeah.
The letter.
Listen, they're trying to downsize. The Baron's been saving money.
We had to break up our messaging. It was AT&T, and now not anymore. But it's just the cost is going. It's crazy.
Yeah. You get an alternate one that says it is both good and bad and wonderful and not wonderful, and you realize it's the ChatGPT of telesendings.
He only basically sent 10 words.
No.
Yep.
Please do the needful, and it just stops.
The answer you seek is the word is yeah.
God.
Was sent to help Prince. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
The
shit.
prince. I'm not there, but she said the prince, not
Prince
Nusir.
Orgath.
Yeah.
Said Prince Orgav of Nusir.
Yeah, it was the whole thing. Yeah. Now, granted, what this guy might think is help is, who knows? Hard to fathom. Jen, I assume you share that with us?
Yeah, I'm like, help
Thank
you
you.
do what?
It was rather brief. A little curt. Anyways. So there's nothing more to be found here. We should get back to the house. At least in my opinion, we should.
She doesn't tell me who or why. I mean, well, she says why, but who? Didn't say who.
Oh, who sent it? Yeah,
Yeah, because I asked.
Right. Who sent? Although, doesn't that imply that...
Wouldn't I know who and why? Thank
He
you.
did?
Was sent to help Prince Orgath of Nusir. And I'm like,
That's true. She didn't say I sent him.
no,
It was sent.
was sent. And I'm like, full stop.
If we're having this conversation silently, I'm assuming we're heading back to the house. Unless
That's
there's
fine.
Anywhere else to go. But I think that's...
Which means that at a certain
smart place
point,
to go.
Merime, with your sonar ping, you would probably sense that Nisiana is, heading.
They're
up
heading
behind
right
you.
for us!
Yeah, exactly. you stupid bastard! You've killed us. Oh, that's funny.
Thank you.
I'm rolling over the
Arrogant ass.
because they were
Yes,
they
that's
were
right.
very succinct and no other information. Not even a question as to why I was asking.
Yeah,
That's weird.
but I will note just to be clear, you can draw whatever conclusions you like. That it is clearly from the Baron, though. Like it's not,
That's exactly what I was about to ask.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
me
definitely.
too, me
yeah,
too.
no, it would be. I mean, is it conceivable that someone, you are level 17? Is it conceivable that you could be dealing with something which could wish its way into hacking your? I mean, maybe, but we're talking about that'd be extraordinarily
Baron's
heady
still
stuff.
my
Like, yeah, like,
No,
yeah.
my Baron is my Baron.
Yes.
Okay. Well, shit. I guess he's actually supposed to be here. Why is he so weird?
Merime, as you are, as you're walking, you get the ping that Nisiana is nearby. You said you wanted to know when that happens.
Yeah. I'll just reach out to Nisiana and just let her know that we're walking back with the prince with Duraz Jurasko, who is not in a good mood, but also is either really incompetent, evil, or maybe not what he appears or something. But something's off about him.
Well, my
What about
Baron says that he was sent here. However, I would like to know how he's still alive. Not that you and Rowan would do something.
how he's still alive? What do you mean?
I mean, if he and the ambassador shared a drink that had both all of the glasses and the bottle had Midnight's Tears in it, he should be dead.
He was distributing purple potions around town,
Yeah,
and when
that's unless he knew that he was poisoned in some way, he should be dead.
but
And if
what I
he knew he was poisoned, why didn't he go back to the ambassador to heal the ambassador?
what if he's not who he says he is? What if he is dead and this isn't him? Can we tell?
Or what if he drank what if they drank the gin after midnight? No, it's not possible. The ambassador died.
Yeah,
That
no,
doesn't-
he.
That
What
wouldn't
if
work. That wouldn't work.
what if the
Doesn't-
actual Jurasko is dead and whoever is distributing these purple potions today is not the actual
Do you
Jurasko?
have a purple potion that I can?
I do. I have one. I'm
Okay,
carrying
then
the
I
one
can
that
use my alchemy set to just see what it does.
Is there any way to tell if someone is not who they say they are? I don't have anything.
That is an Ilarian question because they dealt with the doppelganger before.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's a way, but no one will like it. Least of all, the person I'm interrogating.
I mean, Rowan will probably like it if you put it that way.
I am pretty
Oh.
sure the prince will not allow us to interrogate.
How? But yeah.
And my Baron did confirm that the Raz di Jurasko was sent to help the prince. So, is he the correct person?
But Maramay's point is valid. Is this still
Yeah.
Jurasko?
And
Jurasko.
both glasses were drank from. We know he did, and he's acting weird. And like I'm so starting to think we might have had a switcheroo here. This is not Midsummer Murders. It's possible.
Are you sure?
How is he acting weird? What is he doing different?
I don't remember because I didn't actually meet him the first time.
Okay, let's go find him. Let's just go find him. Let's go find him.
Okay.
He's not. When he tells me the potions are healing, I feel like I'm talking to a snake oil salesman. Like they heal, sure, but they're not not necessarily poison, but they're not actually doing much of anything.
Well,
And
I can evaluate it, but
yeah, like it seems odd for someone sent to help the prince that they're not doing anything for the town. And he used anger as a weapon too, as a shield, and that's a bit odd.
he did
too.
that before with me.
Okay.
Can I assume, by the way, that you folks have slowed down a bit in this? Like not marching at full top speed while also holding this conversation. I know you're doing it mentally, but are you?
I suspect he's going to have time to go tattle on him to the prince way before we get there.
Yeah, like I think Rowan and I aren't too far behind him.
Well, they're following him. If we're
Yeah.
within range, we're within range enough where we can't be that far behind him going. Inside.
That's true, but I just wanted to make sure I knew. Go ahead, Trent.
So Tanton kind of, at some point as he's passing, someone is like, "You there, boy? What day is it?" Kind of Ebenezer Scrooge.
Lucille Day, sir.
No,
It's Wednesday.
right. And he's like, this plague with the rats. How long has it been going on?
And so the boy in question says, "Oh,
Doesn't have to be a boy. That was just for the bit.
oh, okay." Like what you said. It says, "Well, sir, no, and
giant rat in the big window by the
Oh, family will dine well tonight.
And she says, "Well, it's probably been about I guess a couple of months, sir. It's got real bad. There was there were all these things that that happened that when they were going, there were things like, well, and she kind of gets real quiet. Now, for this one, and I'm not trying to just make you do this, I'm just letting you know you are going to have to slow down to talk to this person. Because,
Yeah.
So she says, well, sir, I only know this because my brother and I went over to look at it, you see. But we were told not to. My ma, that's the only one who's left for us, you know. And she said, don't go over and look at this thing. And we said, oh no, we won't. And then we did. Well, sir, it's the tattered banner, sir. There's all weird sounds, and that's where the most of them came. My brother and I, one time, we went over there and we looked, and they were just swarming out of the basement, sir, were all these rats. Oh, I'd never seen that many, and they were all coming from just like the basement windows, you know, just right out and flowing out of the basement. And then they ran into the city. I've never seen rats come from anywhere else, but there were so many of them coming from the basement there. It's been closed down, you see, the banner for a while.
So it's an establishment.
Yes, sir, it's a tavern, but it's been boarded up for a while.
How long?
Oh, I suppose, well, right about the same time. 2.5 months, maybe?
So that would be after Deidre.
And that was on the sheet too that we found.
Yeah.
But no, he only arrived a month ago, so that would have all happened before.
Or
he came
that
here.
Durasco came after that point.
Correct.
One quick note, he did arrive in town at that time. You have no idea where he was before this.
Yeah, that was.
I'm only saying that
I'm
not
thinking
because
was.
I'm trying to play along with you. I'm just saying it because
Oh, no.
for clarity about like.
My next sending is probably going to be. Could you tell me when he
But
actually?
they did, didn't they? They said he was sent a month ago. Isn't that what came back in the message?
No, he said a month ago. They just said he was sent here.
Durasco
They did not give a time in the
was sent
message.
to help Prince Orgoth of New Seer.
Right.
That was it.
Oh.
Not when, not by who. I'm gonna have to do another sending.
Ooh,
And go ahead.
I'm sorry, can you ask, I don't know if you can do this or if you would do this in character, but if you can ask your Baron if she can send to him. Because if she can't, that means he's not who he says he is, right?
I've got an easier way to figure out if he is who he says he is.
Press
Not
silver
punch.
to him.
Rather than doing a big game of continental telephone.
That's fair.
You
I
could do
just
that,
like
death from above. I just want to make sure I know. It's like,
Just cut him open and
Would
see if there's a
would
paper
you
brain.
stop spoiling it, Arv? Jeez.
okay.
Do we ever get to have any fun in this game? Oh my god.
I'm still stuck on the whole. There's a bottle and 2 glasses, all of which were poisoned.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Shared that glass.
I have a
Alex is
feeling.
still
All right,
alive.
I'm going to find this guy. I'm going to find what's his face, Jarasco. I'm going into the house. You guys can talk to the kids, do whatever you want. I'm off.
Well,
Tangen gives her an electrum because those coins are worthless. And
Wow.
Damn. How much gold do you have?
a lot.
Uh-huh. Wow. No, I'll give her 5 electrum.
Okay. Now, when you go into the palace, so there was a pause. He went into the palace doors, open, closed behind him. When you go in, the guards sort of nod at you, recognizing you as you pass through.
Yeah. I'm so melted to the woodwork there. Yes, absolutely, clearly.
And
I nod back though, 'cause I'm polite.
and then you walk into the palace. When you walk into the castle, though, you do not see him when you walk through the door. At least that is to say, now the castle's got all kinds of passageways and winding hallways and
Right.
everything.
I know we did pause waiting for him to have this conversation with the kid and everything, but I'm like, let's go. All right,
But-
but I'm going to go back to the room where we met the prince last time.
Okay. Go ahead, Mermaid. Were you confused? Was there any question?
no, just Rowan and I were still following him.
No, I know, but he did go through the doors of
Fair.
the palace ahead of you. So when you get through, you do not see him. When you arrive at the room where the prince is, you were informed by the guards that the prince is currently out and about in New Seer. That since his going out with Tanton the night previous, that the prince has
wanted to speak to the people directly again, and like has basically gone out and talked to them, and continue to sort of, I don't know, have you heard the good news about the fact that I'm actually a decent guy type of thing, I guess, and has gone out. I'm not
Press
saying
the flesh, kiss some babies.
he's not actually doing that, but he is going out and checking out these things with the people. So he has gone with 4 members of his personal guard, and is currently out among the people. You have no idea. No one has seen Duraz de Jurasco, though.
That was my follow-up question, but okay, this is a guard I'm speaking to?
Inside the castle, in the room of the
Right.
person. The guards on the outside, when you walk through, you didn't ask them, but if you want, I'll just
No.
tell you that they would
No,
say,
no, no,
yes, they saw
I-
him walk in, like right in front of you.
Well, yeah, because you guys saw him walking.
Right, exactly. I just, they did see him walk
We don't
But-
exactly. Next, I will flag down a servant person and have them take me to Jurasco's room.
in. Okay.
I am not going to be following this, people, by the way. I am going to the ambassador, by the way. I'm splitting off.
Okay.
Are you
Alright.
letting Mary May know when you do that? Because Mary May would
It's going to be like I need to check on my patient.
Okay.
I'm gonna and I'll be like, I'm gonna check on my sister. You two
Okay.
don't get into too much trouble. I tell Rowan and Elarian.
So Nisiana and Marimay are
No,
going
you-
to check on the ambassador. Rowan and Alarian and Tanton, are you going with
To the
Okay.
kitchen.
for the kitchen? Tanton is going to the kitchen.
Coffee.
Yeah. Alarian and Rowan are going to
We're splitting the party again.
Yes, exactly. I was just going
Into
to into 3 parts now.
Three
It's great.
parts. A
got
tripartite
this.
solution.
I can't wait till we got 5 different components. It's the death blossom of D&D. I can't wait.
It could happen,
so,
dude. It could happen.
Okay, so Rowan and Larian, you go to Di Jurasco's room, which is what you had asked, right? The room is locked and closed. Maybe not that surprising.
And actually, I asked on the way to say, he just came in here. Did you see him in passing? Asked her, the woman.
This is a he, and he says, no, sir, I have not. He was left, I think, this morning. He was going out to tend to the people, he said.
Yes, he recently came back, but he seems to have disappeared. So the room is locked.
It is locked, and it does not
I
look
will-
like he's been back this way. I mean, like, you would have presumably run into, unless you, like, ran or something, but you don't.
Yeah. Do you have a key for this room?
I do, sir, but, well, the prince, and, I mean, Mr. Durasco is,
I start picking the lock.
so he, like, basically is hemming and hawing.
Apparently we will not need the key.
Okay. Go ahead and make, let's see. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please, Rowan.
Oops.
You got this.
Yep.
Okay.
As you start, if you say so.
Remember, this
Rand.
is our only play session this month. So if you're going to use inspirations,
Now is the
now's a
time.
good time to do it.
That's true. If anyone's got an
well.
inspiration, now
The
would
real
be-
question is this a poison trap?
I will say that this is. You're a little shocked to discover that you're being shocked.
No, let's just make this roll.
Ooh.
11. Cool.
11. So that's not so much. Let's see. So
Who framed Roger Rabbit?
okay. Let's see. All right, there we go. So let's see. All right, so you are going to take. Okay. You take 21 points of lightning damage, Rowan, as you are blown backwards away from the lock. And there is the very distinct sulfurous smell combined with a bit of burning flesh smell.
Nice.
Well, you're used to that, so no big deal.
And the servant is kind of, sir, are you all right? Are you
Cool.
are you okay?
I
He
just
says
stare-
to your
I-
smoking
I-
body.
I just stare passively down at him.
I fly backwards. I hit the wall. I am briefly dazed. While I am still like shaking the dizziness out of my head, I just raise my pistol and shoot at the door. I'm trying to shoot the lock off.
Okay.
Let's have you make an attack roll.
Well, so much for being subtle
you-
about getting into the
I
room.
was like, subtle is not this group. So if
Yeah.
you were not to use that, no.
This is reminding me of
mean,
very.
I was gonna bribe the guy to
I
open
can
the damn door.
I can only
but,
presume I can only presume there is the smell of nitrogen and several like a long line of ash from the doorknob to the wall. So I might as well at this point.
Yep.
Right.
I guess I don't hit the door.
What did you get, a 10? I think what it is that you hit the door but not the lock. So it just like slams into the
Okay,
the
add
wooden
this.
door.
Also, why did I do? That's not. Hold on. Let's try this again. I forget that I actually have sunshine here.
All right.
You should really just find Tenton, but this is fun.
Oh, okay.
Oh, look at that, you're mad.
29. Yeah, you're really mad.
Apparently.
Pow! Just slams into the lock. Go ahead and roll your damage. I was really tempted to do the in the trash compactor. No, wait, and then the you know what I mean?
Exactly what I was thinking.
You know, but no. So this slams into the lock, and it definitely like hits the lock. It does not seem to and as you sort of look at it, you're like, wow, like you really did some piercing damage. And it kind of buzzes as if the electrical whatever sort of dissipates when it's hit. As you walk over to it, though, Rowan, you can see that, again, you now, in addition to the smells that I previously mentioned, there's now also the smell of burned metal. You have a suspicion that what you may have done is fused the lock and the door together to the side of the frame of the door. Or rather, I shouldn't say your shot did it. Your shot started the reaction that did it to the shock trap or whatever was inside there.
Aha.
The servant, by the way, by this point is like has grown so red that it appears that he's about to hit rose color, and is like, "Sir, we can't. Please, no, help, stop, no."
Okay,
like he's just agitated beyond belief.
I look at the guy.
He's like,
straight
please,
up. I'm still like what, like 10
Smoking.
feet from the door?
or 15, but yeah, more or less 10,
Right.
15.
I look at the guy and go, perhaps we should go at this problem another way. Big B's hand makes a fist and just punches through
Punches through the door.
the door.
All right.
Just
While he's
just
casting
pushes the
that,
door off.
while he's casting that,
Yes.
'cause I see the fist start to form, I give the guy 10 gold pieces
Okay.
and tell him, go. You were never here. You saw nothing. Go now.
Let me just make.
I
a quick
throw
roll.
another 10 gold and go, you heard nothing either.
Okay. Let me just make a
Wham.
roll here to see what happens.
Actually giving this guy like a
That's
year's freaking
hilarious.
salary.
Okay.
Unless
So-
this door is metal or harder, we should at least be able to see into it, if not enter it.
Larian, I am tempted to make this an intimidate check, but I'm going to make it a persuasion check.
I was about to say, I'm trying to persuade the guy.
Make the persuasion check at advantage.
Okay. Oh, advantage. Sweet.
Yes.
I'm gonna need all the help I can get. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the gold is for.
That's right.
There you go.
Baby. Okay, an advantage. Here we go. Not performance. Not performance. Oh, that's the same score. Okay. On. Oh yeah. That's a
Nice.
natural 20.
Yep.
Woohoo!
So the man sort of was like,
I mean, was I leaning over him a little at 70?
just a bit, yeah.
Maybe.
So
I-
he
you
says,
know,
he
who's to
says,
say? Who's to say?
sir, well, sir, I don't, well, sir, I don't, and he just more or less just backs up like beep, 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 all the way down the hallway. And then at some point turns and just books it down the rest of the way. And so you are now left alone, Rowan and Alarian, in front of
So,
this
I'm sorry.
fused door.
But broken through like a big old hole.
Now,
through it?
of course, Rowan's fist, I assume the Big B's fist would go the rest of the way. Yes, this makes a, like, astonishingly loud cracking and slamming sound, just to be clear.
God.
Echoes throughout the hall, you know. Several rats, like, run out of, like, various places.
I mean, oh, sorry.
And the door is now just destroyed, obliterated.
I enter the room as very calmly, as if no large-scale tragedy has occurred in this hallway at all.
Okay.
God.
You are now
Anton didn't hear a
You
thing.
didn't hear a thing.
Hey, you're like, oh, that's good coffee.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, I appreciate that. Okay.
This is chicory.
I actually think I would like Nisiana and Merime to make perception checks for me, please.
Really? Do they really need that? Okay, never mind.
I'm currently explaining the
In
poison
fact, no.
glasses and bottles to Merime.
To Merime. Yeah, go ahead, Ron.
While this is, I'm actually going to, because the mind link is still up, right?
As long as we're within 170.
I don't think you are at this point. Like,
You know what? I'm gonna believe in myself.
Okay.
Yeah, believe in yourself. I got 15. I got +1 for sleight of hand.
Okay.
I got 14.
Wait,
Maybe
for
we're
sleight of
talking-
hand?
Not sleight of hand. Sorry, for jack of all trades.
I was like, I'm pickpocketing myself and give myself more perception.
I mean, really, I'm very much focused on this. Wait, there was 2 glasses and a bottle,
Yeah.
and they were poisoned, and
Yeah,
there was
I don't think
drink.
either of you really hear this actually.
We're very involved, and we're looking at the bottle too, and
Yeah.
we're like as we're walking, like. Yeah.
So so Rowan, I'm sorry, you were just about to say something about like.
No,
in
yeah,
fact,
I
you
was
said-
good. I was gonna say I was gonna use a message to tell Merime if you hear a loud sound, that was me.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you're in range, but they don't notice it anyway. So you and Alarian walk through this ruined room. Now, to be clear, you would so. All right, I'm deeply sorry for what I'm about to do.
I just
but
imagine
not really.
them hearing it.
Yeah.
Like at the other end of the building, then hearing this thing, and one of the two of them going, Rowan, and it's like, why do you presume it was me?
Why do you assume it's me? Yeah, exactly. Slam. I was thinking about Jen's cats. Damn it! No, but when you step through the door,
It's fine.
I die.
you don't die. I was really tempted to do. I won't do this because I already had
I
the
turned to
trap
the
door.
left, Blagoth kiss.
I was not Blagoth kiss. I was very tempted to have you step into the room of Nisiana Di Jarasco, whose room you just obliterated. I was so tempted, but I'm like, no, Nisiana wouldn't trap the door to her own room. Oh God, it would have been great, but no, I
her
can't do that.
sister would trap
No,
it
I
for
can't
her.
do that. I can't do that. She wouldn't do that. No, this is in fact Duraz de Jarasco's room, and when you step into it, Rowan, you notice a few things. First of all, the smoke
The
and
man's
wisps of
sleeping on the
smoke
bed.
and like the shards of wood everywhere. Right. There is basically there's not a lot in this room that's obvious anyway.
God.
There is a bed, there is a cupboard, there is what looks like some kind of a footlocker or something at the foot of the bed. And a small, apparently empty desk except for one candle, which is currently unlit. And Rowan, I would... Well, no, I won't. That's as much as you would see from here, I would say.
Okay. How was the... Would it be obvious to me that the candle was lit anytime after this morning? Like, is it still warmer than it is it still like longer than it would have been? I'm sure you know what I mean.
Yes, I do.
But yes.
The candle is ice cold, Rowan. It was definitely not lit recently, and in fact, now because you asked that, I will ask you to make an investigation check for me as you go over there.
Okay.
Does your observant help with that?
It's just +5 to passive wisdom or passive investigation.
Okay.
This is active investigation.
So yeah, I guess. Investigation. I am going to which one is for me again? Right, yes, I am going to Tides of Chaos, which means I owe you a wild magic thing.
Okay.
$19.
Okay. Rowan, as you take a look around just before you do the wild magic surge. Yeah, no, I'll tell you this first, then wild magic surge. You are pretty sure as you're looking around, it isn't just the candle. This room doesn't look like it's been occupied or used actively for a while. The sheets are neatly made. There's a thin layer of dust on the floor and on the bed, which is a little hard to tell because it's also filled with the shards of wood that are now obliterated and kicked in from Bigby's fist. But and the desk has the chair is sort of dusty as well. It doesn't look like anyone's actually been in this room for a while. Now I'm a wild magic search, please.
4.
Okay, yeah. So.
So that tells me not only no one's slept in this room, no one's actually written anything in this room, etc. But also I can presume as a result that any locked cabinet or drawer has not been opened since this room was made available for Diraz to use this room.
Well, it's you don't know about that part of it, but at the very least, it doesn't seem likely that the cabinet or anything else has been touched for a while. By the way, thank you, Shadow Mage, for the tier 2 sub. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So yeah,
I reach for the footlocker.
Okay, you're able to open that with no problem. It's not locked. In it, you can see some folded over cloaks. And sort of like one or two cloaks, and there's also a couple of simple robes and stuff like that that you see in here as well.
Are these the property of the house or of Diraz?
No, it looks like they're about halfling sized, which might suggest that they were more Diraz's property. It doesn't have any hi, my name is Diraz on it, but it does seem to be the size of what a halfling would be wearing. Nothing unusual besides that, though. They look to be just sort of simple clothes, not obviously magical.
Cool. Are there any other locked drawers or cabinets in this room?
None of them are locked. As you open them, you see a couple of simple things. There's a set of sort of slippers in one of the drawers. There are a pair of what look like thick wool socks in another one of the drawers. And in the desk, there is what looks like a quill and an inkwell. And the ink has dried out completely inside this thing.
Cool. Noted.
So it's not stoppered?
It is not stoppered.
I'm sorry,
It does look, by the way, that it was used at some point, but not for a long time.
That was on the desk or in the chest?
It was inside the drawer of the desk, which was not locked.
And there's no loose paper anywhere near the table?
Not near the table, but you do find in one of the drawers there are a couple of sheets of paper. And in one of them in particular, one of those sheets of paper, you can see a few scribbles, something to the effect of must write back for more assistance, and then a list, and you can see a couple of itemized things like potions, tourniquets, basically medical supply list. But it's incomplete, and again, the ink is not that the paper's yellowed, it's not that old, but it's clearly been a long time since this list was made.
Mm-hmm. Grand. We haven't learned a lot, and it actually makes me more nervous and not less that Diraz has disappeared right as we got here.
Yeah, do you share the information about the room? I mean, I could make my own roll, but it's probably not going to help very much.
I know I do.
Okay. And yeah, Alarian definitely agrees with you. This is a problem.
Mm-hmm. I open Bigby's hand, get into crawl into the palm and sit. So I'm not touching the ground, and I'm pretty much saying that we need to find where Diraz has disappeared to as quickly as possible.
Right. Well, we also probably need to find the prince, because it's very possible that he is in danger. So both those things need to happen kind of at the same time.
This is true, but if Diraz is still here, getting a hold of him before he gets to the prince is ideal, as opposed to fighting over the prince's incapacitated body.
Well, hopefully we'll get to that. So suddenly we are not in touch. You said we're not. It's too big. All right. Yeah. But they told us where they were going. Going to head to
Mutagen.
Nisiana first. So I'm going to the ambassador's room because that's where she said she was going.
I flat out said,
Yep.
I am going to go check on my patient.
Yes, the ambassador.
And that is where I'm headed
And
to.
speaking of that, I was about to jump to that. So Alarian and Rowan, as you are heading to meet with them, Marime and Nisiana are in with the ambassador. The ambassador is basically in a sort of light sleep, Nisiana, you would say, is clearly out of danger. Does not look like there's going to be a repeat of anything, unless he gets poisoned again. But from all you can tell, everything seems to be fine with him. At the moment, there are only a couple of servants who are outside the room, who you may remember, one of you, and I don't recall whom, basically said, if you allow anyone to come within 500 feet, you must obliterate all that you see. And they are dead serious about it. In fact, when they saw you, the two servants, straightened up. They were doing the guard thing when you arrived, and so the same two people that you left are the ones who are still standing outside the door. There's nobody inside the room except for the ambassador himself, who still seems asleep.
Tell him good job. Your vigilance is warranted. No one but my group comes in.
Oh, yes, of course.
Any other healers? The seneschal is allowed, but it's really important. And then say thank you and go inside. I'm going to wake the ambassador up.
Okay.
Smack.
Why won't you wake up? Okay. So when you wake the ambassador, he's still very groggy. Obviously, you know this is what happens after resurrection spells. He's like, you know the drill. He's like, and he kind of like, Nisiana. Yes. What?
Ambassador.
Yes.
I need you to
very woozy.
What?
He's very woozy. Go ahead.
I need you to confirm some stuff for me. It's really important.
All right.
What's the last couple of things you remember?
I remember there was the Duraz.
Mm-hmm.
First there was came from the lanterns
right
to talk, and then Duraz came and drank the wine, and then Duraz was angry and left in a fury, and then I remember I was writing some things I needed to convey to the king before bed, and then pain, and he kind of looks up. Next I remember was you looking at me.
Okay. Through the mind link, Mary may see if you can find what he was writing.
I think it might be, and I just respond back, might be the piece of paper that we'd found there with the arrows and all that.
That was in the bakery,
that was
though.
in the bakery.
That was in the bakery. Oh fuck! Sorry, language, Marie. Yeah. So I go rifling, not subtly either, because that's not what we do. But I go looking to see if I can find his notes.
Ambassador, he drank the gin.
Yeah. Duraz? Yes, I think so. We both did. I thought it was a mistake. As alcohol, Cloud's judgment.
What was he arguing? What was he so mad about?
I was
telling him that I thought he had been... I had information that he had things to answer for. And he told me I was wrong. That I was trying to undermine him, and that he was doing his best. And he said I was a fop, an incompetent fop who should be home tending to my silks instead of doing serious business. And then he left in a fury.
The poison, Ambassador, both of you drank it.
I didn't know it was poison, but we both drank the gin. Yes.
He didn't die.
He didn't die. So he says then
I know I'm taxing you.
Herville was right then. Herville said the Dark Lantern told me. Did you find Herville? Herville could tell you. He told me that Jarasco was not to be trusted, and...
Ambassador.
Yes.
Herville is dead.
Dead?
Something monstrous killed him. There is only a piece of... Actually, who has the piece of paper? Was that me, or was that...
Pretty sure I thought I picked it up and handed it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you might have had Anision.
Okay. Then I will dig it out, and I'm going to be... Can you focus on this? And I will show him the piece of paper. We found this...
He was kind of like...
I know.
You know,
I'm sorry. It's a really important...
and he kind of like... the banners... Tavern closed down. The farm is... Sightings, the... Lemon Grove, Herville said. Lemon Grove Farm.
Sighting of what?
It's the things, something shadows, he said. The famine happened after the farms weren't producing food.
Okay.
And then he points last of all at the name Commissioner Gebler, and he says he's a manager of the town, runs the day-to-day. He haven't heard much from him lately. Duraz didn't like him, I think.
Duraz doesn't seem to like anything, buddy.
He's said he wanted to help, and everyone got in his way, and he was trying to... and he just like hits the ground and starts snoring again.
Like, okay. Well, I'll do a quick check over and make sure, like, do I need to do
He seems like he's just returned, like he's just getting the usual, like, I just came back from the dead, I'm going to need a minute rest.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose I could actually do a major restoration.
Knackered.
Greater restoration on him.
At this point, I would say Rowan and Ilarion arrive. Not Tanton, who's still nursing his third cup of coffee.
Okay. All right. Well, he should actually rest.
That of coffee.
Well, we haven't gotten to the point that I can't tell if
Okay,
the Raz is
You are roboting out.
Suddenly, Ilarion has gone rogue. And
Yes.
You're roboting, Mr. Robot.
Oh, now you froze.
Yeah.
You're frozen.
You're frozen, but now you're better. Now you're
There
back.
you are. Okay.
Okay.
So what did you say, Jen?
I
can't something.
I can't tell if Duraz is actually Duraz, because by all accounts he should be dead. But based on what little we've seen, he's not competent enough to heal himself unless someone handed him the antidote. to Midnight's Tears.
Or is it being that naturally regenerates? We have a pretty good suspicion Duraz is not Duraz, and I fill you in about what we found in the room, including its untouched state.
In that case, I need to make a quick sending.
Yep, and we need to start finding Duraz and the prince immediately.
Okay. I need a moment to think while you guys...
Did I find the any notes from that the prince was preparing for the...
You do not, Marimé, no.
That's
the only
very
thing that's there is the Brayland Ledger, which is that newspaper that you saw before that you left in the room. Or you actually didn't know this, but it was just the front page of a newspaper, but not anything else. No, you do not see any writings, nor in fact do you even see a quill to write with there.
Oh, suspicious indeed.
Marimé, do you have... You're not really much in the way of detection spells, right?
Do you want me to blow up a wall? I can do that, but
hey,
now
let me define what detection means. not destruction.
I misheard. Wait, you said destruction again, right? No,
There's so many letters in common here.
I know. They're practically the same. Look, they're practically the same word. Let's get real.
No, Marie likes stabbing more than detecting. Marie loves a good detection, but however, I am playing Marie and not Marie.
And Rowan, I assume you're kind of the same way, unless you have unsuspected hidden depths. True sight, or something like
I am,
that.
as you are perfectly consciously aware, very, very shallow.
And a complete vessel of destruction. I'm very aware. Yes.
Freeze frame. Cut to commercial.
I am capable of large-scale acts of perfect and unassailable violence, but beyond that, I cannot help you.
You are truly the glass hammer of our group. Yes, absolutely. All right, Arv, help me out again. This is a castle. No, I thought it was a manor house. Not really. They call it a castle.
A castle's
really
a little unfortunate. It really is a manor house, yeah. But I guess my point is it's much more significant than any other house in New Zealand.
Sure. Oh yeah. Now this is the standard it's not any kind of a keep with like built in a square with an open space. It's a house. It's just your general house, 4 walls, big walls, long walls.
Well,
and a roof, right?
yes and no. There is a pretty sizable a garden, basically. It's almost, think of it as like an Italian villa. That might be a good way to describe it. And so it's got this
it does have
open
an inner,
garden area that's in
inside.
the center. Yes, that's right. Well, it's open to the above.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay.
Sounds nice.
I'm gonna start searching for him, and then I can find out when I get above. I'm gonna start searching for him to see if he's on the grounds. The rest of you should probably start searching inside. I'm going outside, but we should try. I see now why we couldn't stay in touch, because if we're on the other side of the hall, if one of us is on one side and the other on the other side of the garden, that's probably way out of space. I mean, out of range.
Okay.
But I'm going to be flying, and I'm going to be going out into the garden to search that way. But the rest of you should probably start searching inside and seeing if you can find them that way. I'm not sure if he's going to be here or not. He may have just slipped out as quickly as he came in. But we should at least try to clear the house to ensure he's not here.
Okay, so I have my message to send.
Okay.
It is. Baranulara, it appears the Duraz I met is not our kinsman. His room is unused. This Duraz seems incompetent. He needs to be messaged. I'm hoping she understands. Somebody who knows Duraz needs to message him and find out whether or not he's actually alive.
Okay.
But that's I only have 25 words. So I will put this in very little.
Are the walls of the house are made of what?
The walls of the manor house are made of stone, and with wooden doors and sort of wooden frames in between. So they are not like thick, granite, marble, but field stone, basically.
Okay, so probably field stone mounted with mortar over
that's
a wooden
exactly
frame?
Right. Yes.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. All right, I'm off. So scream if you need me. And literally, I go fly out, go outside, fly up into the garden, and then I start hovering and start using my peer into the soul to detect good and evil. I'm pretty much, it's a 30-foot radius, and I'm going to start just going up and down the walls, looking for Fey, Celestial, Aberration. What the hell else does it say? Aberration,
Fey,
Celestial,
Fiend.
Elemental, Fey, Fiend, or Undead. And it'll ping if I find him. Assuming he's one of those things.
Also true.
So,
Okay.
basically doing the good and evil radar. And I'm just kind of floating up and down just at the walls, and then I'll take 15 feet over and start doing the same thing. I'm just covering the entire interior.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Okay. While you're doing that,
one ping
I
only
have
was silly.
sent a message to someone. While they're checking that message, Tanton, you are sitting in the kitchen nursing a vat of coffee, or the equivalent, basically. And as you were doing so, enjoying the rising scent of also hybrids, Justin, the sort of rising scent of the the coffee into your nose, because it's not bad. I'd like you to make a perception check for me, please. I am actually going to give you this perception check, not at advantage, but I'm going to give it to you at +3, partially related to the fact that you're in the midst of having a cup of coffee, but also that you are very hyper aware of what is a very quiet kitchen at the moment, basically. So
+3.
+3.
That would be 20 something.
21, if that's an
Excellent.
18 that I was looking at.
2.
Or 22.
It's 19. So
Oh, it's
22.
19, so 22. Okay. Yeah, so you, as you're there, you hear a kind of a sound. I hope it's loud enough. If not, I'll make it louder. Right? There's a scratching sound from coming from nearby. And as you look over, you can see that one of the cupboards down below, one of the sort of under sink cupboards, basically, suddenly you see the door pop open and a rat nose sort of pokes out and sniffs and then comes out. Tanton, as you watch, at first you're like, did I fall asleep again? But the rat looks around, turns back to the cabinet door, lifts up on its hind legs, closes the cupboard door, then goes, and looking around it, not very much like a rat, honestly, crawls towards the end of the little passageway between the sink and the cabinets, and then takes a left. So it's not going fast, but it's kind of looking head back. Clearly did not notice you.
Okay. How far away is it?
When it comes out of the cabinet, 10 feet. And by the time it gets to the end of that passageway, maybe 20 feet, 15, 20.
Okay.
And you're alone in the kitchen, just you and the coffee and this thing.
Right. So as quickly and quietly as I can, and probably about halfway done with this particular cup, going to mage hand and wham, slam that thing down on top of the rat.
Okay.
Try to cage it.
Okay.
Because that's within the 30-foot range.
It is within the 30-foot range. I'm just trying to think about whether Mage Hand is able to imprison, like...
Not for long, but it'd be long enough for me to get up
Fair,
and move.
fair,
Yeah.
fair. That's fair. Yes, okay, good. So, yes. So, and you hear this, squeak! I can't do that, imagine a rat squeak. And then...
Heard it many times.
And then you come over to it, and you can see it is indeed, like, squirming and scrambling, like trying to, get away, scrabbling.
Okay. So Tanton puts his foot on top of the thing so it can't demonstrate some, super ratman strength. And he's like, be quiet. What are you doing here?
And it kind of looks at you. I'm sorry. You're just interrogating a rat. I'm sorry. Hey, you dirty rat. I'm sorry. So anyway, so you and it just does this like.
And the Tanton's crossbow comes up and a bolt just appears on the bridge, and he's like, I will not ask again.
And so the rat
looks at you, and it's kind of like, you kind of have flipped it around, I assume, so now it's like on its back, right? And in a very not so particularly rat-like maneuver, points with one of its little paws towards the cupboard door that it came from.
I did not ask where you came from. I asked what you're doing here.
And then it turns around and it points with its other paw, like, towards what looks like, do you think the pantry, Tanton, maybe? It seems to be pointing in that direction.
With one of his big, heavy leather gloves on, Tanton is going to grip the rat like a burger.
Oh.
So, so not hard
That
enough
was
to
very
kill it.
particular.
I was going to say, is this an Ozzy Osbourne situation? Or
No, if that were a bat, that would be different.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yes.
So anyway, no, he starts walking it over towards the cat. It's like, this one.
Towards the pantry, or
he's carrying the rat towards,
and the rat's
gonna
like, and then when you get closer,
kind of hotter, colder as we're going through. So he'll open the cabinet.
Yeah, and inside the cabinet, you can see, a great array of, like, sort of
wall of swarm of rats. Which
exactly. No, dried, like, little, looks like dried meats. You see some, like, bundles of herbs and so on, and a massive cheese wheel that is on the third shelf, you would say. And you can see that there are already a bunch of nibble marks inside the cheese wheel, and like around the cheese wheel.
Mm. Is this what you're after?
And the rat seems to be doing the universal rat sign for yes in squeak.
Yeah. Almost Scooby-Doo levels. Yeah. Got it. And so Tanton reaches over and breaks off a piece. Really? This is Zillargan brie. Why would you eat this?
And the rat kind of tilts his head and
he hands it over.
And the rat like takes and starts like eating the cheese.
And you're kind of cute. You sort of remind me of a pseudo dragon I used to know. Come with me. And
and that's how Tanton got his rat familiar.
or rabies. One of the two.
Why not both?
That guy's familiar. I don't know.
I can talk to the rat if you bring it my way.
That's he's heading back. He's like, okay, this between the coffee and of course, since he had like maybe a third of a cauldron of coffee left.
Yeah.
When he slammed it down, this rat is soaked in coffee.
Yeah.
So yeah, he definitely starts heading back to the main group.
All right. And let's see. Rowan, in the meantime, do you want to mention, you don't have to, but you want to mention this thing?
Right. So regarding the thing, if I've been told where I should be headed, I head there immediately without mentioning it to anyone.
You don't mention it to anybody else? Okay. So, Rowan, so Merime and Alarian and Nisiana Larian is flying above, looking for
in the house.
In the house, yes.
In the yard, yeah.
In the yard. Merime and Nisiana are looking as well. Now, Merime and Nisiana, how are you doing your looking? Like, how are you?
My character was actually sending, so she didn't really know. She's like, "What are we doing? What are we doing?"
Oh, okay.
If Rowan takes off, I'm just kind of standing there keeping watch on everything. But if Rowan takes off, I would probably just ping and say, "Hey, where you going? Where you off to? Hey, buddy."
I am going to check on a thing with one of the other staff members from this building. I'm hoping that it is useful, but I wasn't going to bother anyone in the event that it wasn't.
Okay. If you can stay within 170 feet, the mind link will stay up in case you encounter anyone that you prefer not encountering.
Oh, right now I remember who this is.
Yeah, okay, good. I was gonna say, I was like,
Grand. I was like, so many things have happened.
Yeah.
And I remember.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Right. I'm going to reiterate. I'm actually leaving the building to check on something else. In fact, still hoping that it is useful, but we'll let you know if that happens.
You're sure you're okay? Be careful. We don't know where he is, and he might be mad at the whole
I have
thing.
message and a gun, and if I'm closer to the prince when this happens, I will also let you know if anything takes place in that direction as well.
I have dimension door, so I can move quickly to you if you're within 500 feet. So don't be shy about asking for help.
In fact, and you say that, and I immediately go silent in the mind link. In Big B's hand, I rush towards the room that Nisiana and Marame are in.
Okay. Incidentally, Big B's hand, not a cantrip. Just to be clear, how many times are we using this Big B's hand of yours? How big is this hand, B, so to speak?
How big is Big B's hand again?
It's sizable.
I was mostly
large, yeah.
saying not about the size. I was actually more just like how many of these slots are you using to cast?
And how many, wild magic surges does it trigger?
Right.
And also at some point I'm going to be like, where's Mia Tanton?
Mhm.
It's like I'm walking up with a sodden rat.
Right. Who's probably
so-
licked some of the coffee out of its fur. Struck it.
So if this is the question that I think you're asking, I did in fact use my last 5th level spell slot for it.
Okay. Can I get a wild magic surge from you
Yes.
as you surge through the hallways in Big B's hand with everybody looking at you?
16.
Okay. I was really hoping that was going to be a 1. Whatever spell you're in crushes you utterly. No.
You'd imagine this is supposed to happen more often.
I
think
know.
it's Only happened once.
I know.
So yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So you. So
Right.
I imagine that
So-
Marame turns around and is like, "Okay,
I-
let me just check." As you see Rowan's hand.
Yeah, just me in a floating purplish hand just emerging in the doorway. And I immediately go, give me something that you don't need very quickly.
Okay, so I hand him a brown with gold thread ribbon.
And this is more or less precious to you, yes?
Yes, every ribbon is. I bought this with Nisiana the last time we went ribbon shopping, so yes.
Every
Grant.
ribbon is sacred.
And I tie it
That
around
specific
my...
one. We used that on the first spanner.
Yes, that's true. It's the
Oh.
same one as the first banner. That's why I remembered that day. Yeah.
Grand.
Yeah.
So I tie it around the healing bracelet, so I have a point to get to Marame for a teleport, and then
Okay.
I leave without clarifying that was the reason why I wanted it.
So the ring just turns around. The hand just turns around. The fist, the Big B's hand just like floats you down the corridor.
Yeah, it
Okay.
just like rushes out, just rushes down the hallway out the door.
What is he doing?
Case, I'm not sure, but I'm sure it'll be spectacular. Whatever it is, we might want to follow, but I don't think he wanted us to.
So now, to be absolutely sure, we are now split 4 ways. The number is ramping up.
Yep.
if
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not
I love
mistaken.
it.
Cool,
We
grand.
have Nisiana and Marame together. We have Alarian floating around, which I'll come to in a minute. Rowan going down there, and Tanton making his way downtown, so to speak, moving past. But
Towards the ambassador's room?
yes, exactly. Well, exactly. But and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But first, I want to jump to Alarian. Because Alarian, you are flying outside in the yard, sort of the garden, I should say.
Right.
And it is a very, one thing I want to note, it is that it is a fairly well-kept garden. If you were to sort of look more closely, you might notice some areas where the grass is a bit browner and where they haven't been. So it's not like,
I'm assuming they're
ultimately
rationing
pristine.
water and things.
Exactly, and it looks like not a whole lot has gone to like just enough basically has gone to this place, but not like excessively so.
Right.
But you do not see anyone obvious entering the garden, nor do you sense anything in terms of like invisible presences or obvious magic, good and evil, things like that. Not at the moment, you don't.
Okay, well, once the garden is clear, I'm going to turn my attention to the surrounding walls and floors because it penetrates, and you said it's flagstone over wood. So I can penetrate and start going. It's going to take a while, but room by room, I'm going to start searching the entire, like...
So one thing you find for certain fairly quickly, actually, is a fairly powerful magical force, which is moving rapidly down a hallway. And by force, I mean like some, like effect is moving rapidly down a hallway.
Mm-hmm.
I know who this is. But I have to act as if I don't, because I don't. However, I will try go alongside to track it until I can't, like I reach a corner and can't track it anymore. But where is it? Try to track where it's going.
It seems to be going, well, first, from the inside, it heads down the hallway, and then it sort of stops moving down that way, and it seems to be moving away from you. If you had to guess, it's a hall. They're now moving, like, away from the garden, or if you will, like, away from the interior wall towards the exterior of the building.
Right. How tall is this place? How many floors?
Technically 3, although the 3rd floor doesn't have a whole lot on it. It's really mostly 2.
Okay, that'll work. I will try to track it over to the other side because it seems like it's going to leave soon.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to track it to the other side to see what it is. I'm not going to break into the house again. I'll try to see when it leaves the area, when it leaves the house.
You do, and you sort of feel the presence of it, and the doors, the front doors of the place are sort of where you track it to, and then the front doors open. And as you look down to see what might be there, we're going to jump to Tanton. Because Tanton, in the meantime, has arrived at the ambassador's room. And Merime and Nisiana, you see Tanton with 2 leather gloves holding a vaguely anxious-looking, possibly hyperactive rat with some cheese in its paws.
And
it's
you're muted, Jen.
What?
Yeah, did you make a new friend?
And so Tanton is like he's not scolding the rat, but he's basically saying something, and when the rat squeaks back to him, Tanton's like, "Then you've learned nothing." And
Are you talking to the rat?
And what was it drip? Why is it dripping?
We shared a cup of coffee.
I mean, that makes sense. That does make sense.
Prestidigitation clean, said rat.
Okay, when you prestidigitate the clean rat, it just and like you see what you see is an explosion of what looks like a dark liquid, and there's a very strong smell of coffee, Nisiana, as it
You weren't kidding about sharing a cup of coffee. Why do you have a rat? And why does he look kind of intelligent?
He was in the kitchen.
I'm gonna poke the rat. Hey, are you okay, little buddy?
You hear back.
So even, because I can understand him if with the mind meld.
Oh, can you really? All right, I'm gonna
I
have to stop.
can,
I'm gonna have to stop again. In the mind link, what you hear is this.
I'm not gonna make you do it.
Cheese run road, cheese run road, cheese run road, cheese run road, road run, cheese road run, cheese road run, cheese run road, cheese run road, cheese run road, cheese run road, road run, cheese road run, cheese road run, cheese road run, cheese.
Okay, stop.
Cheese road run,
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
And what you all hear outside.
Okay, I think you shouldn't have given this coffee if you wanted me to get anything out of it, because right now it's very hyper. Very hyper.
Give it to him. Strictly speaking, I did. The coffee was in my cup, and I put the cup over the rat, so he only got some of the coffee because he was grooming himself on the way over here.
Cheese is good, cheese is good. Run, 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 run. Cheese is good, cheese is good. Run, 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 road, road, run, road, 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 run, run, road, 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 run. Cheese is good.
Why?
Can you de-anxiousify this thing, Nisiana, somehow, so I can try to communicate with him a little bit more,
Let's
or
go.
her, or I haven't checked them. I don't want to misgender a rat.
It's pretty hard to, honestly.
That's what I mean.
No. How would I-
No.
Cheese and running, road,
don't
road,
think I have
road,
calm.
cheese and running, road. Why is this holding me? Cheese, run, road, cheese, run, cheese.
Do you want him to let you go? You can answer some questions and he'll let you go.
If I have some cheese, run, cheese, run, roading, running back to my home with the cheese. Running with
Where's
cheese,
your home?
cheese. Building with wood and not any cheese. Like there is here cheese. Cheese, run, cheese, run, road, cheese.
Where do you come from?
I come from the building that doesn't have cheese. Cheese, run, road.
He came here to steal cheese because there's no cheese in his building.
No cheese,
So-
cheese, but there's cheese here. Thank you
But-
for giving me cheese, even though this guy is scary. Run, road, cheese, run, road.
He thinks you're scary. Apparently the coffee's doing something to his little brain.
It
I-
does something to almost everyone's little brain, yes.
Why? Okay. There's got to be. Why did you do this to the rat?
Well, he crawled out of a cabinet, was looking surprisingly
Mhm.
intelligent for a rat. Suspiciously so, one might say. And I was following him and captured him. And then he indicated that he wanted to go to the cupboard. So we went to the cupboard. And then he indicated that he wanted the cheese. So it wasn't very good cheese. In fact, it was terrible brie. It's just Zillargan. They don't make good brie.
Like
You
in
wanna
the
go-
cheese. This is good
I
cheese. Run, road,
think
cheese.
you might be very tired, Mia Tanton.
Oh, I know that.
Feeling really good and a little bit excited. Cheese. Where's the cheese? Run,
I'm
road,
gonna
cheese.
ping the rat again and say, do you have a name? What's your name?
And there's a long pause, and then
rat. Cheese run road as a cheese run road. I'm a rat. Cheese run road. I know that because they call me that. Cheese run road. Cheese.
Why did you close the door after you? I'll repeat what Tintin said.
Don't want to get found out because they'll get in trouble. Cheese run road.
Who's gonna
road
get
with
in
cheese.
trouble?
All my brothers and my sisters and all of the rats
Where
that
are
don't have
they?
cheese. They're back at the building that doesn't have cheese. Run road, run cheese.
Why are they hiding there?
Because everyone will try to hurt them by slamming them to the ground and picking them up and holding them with whatever I'm being held with. Cheese run road, run cheese run
Can't.
road.
Yeah. Okay.
in the outside.
I am. Is there anything specific you want me to ask this rat, Tenton? I'm gonna hear this little thing squeaking in my head for days now. Is there any question that you would any sign of intelligence I should seek for you here?
More cheese, running cheese.
He wants cheese. He wants to bring some back to his brothers and sisters, which are also hiding in the building without cheese. There's
Well, we know
definitely
the building. We know it's called what the hell is it called? It's called the
Tattered banner?
Tattered Banner.
Yeah, tattered banner. Yeah, I mean we can.
Is he?
I don't know why they're hiding. They're hiding because they don't want to get squished,
Well,
which is
yeah.
smart.
Why are they here?
Yeah, I'll nod to Nisiana and I'll ask, like, why are you here? Like, you must have come from somewhere before the building with no cheese.
And as soon as she asks that, immediately Tanton formulates what he thinks the rat's answer is going to be, which is cheese. Because there's cheese in this building and there isn't in the other one. Yeah.
Maybe starting to
says-
hum along with the cheese.
Merime, though, when you do ask that, he says,
Cheese run road, heard the music. Cheese run road, and we showed up with the music. Cheese run road, run, cheese. And the music is cheese with running and roads. Runny cheese.
Where did the music come from? Who did the music? Pied Piper bullshit.
I
that's
heard the sound. Sounded like cheese run road.
So somebody, and did you go through something like magical light portal, something like that? You don't know what I'm talking about. Like, was there a big light and then you ended up in the place with no cheese?
Place with no cheese, running cheese and running road.
It may take some moment to settle, and I relayed the information. He heard a music. They heard music, a song, and they followed it,
They
and
got
that's how they ended up. So,
summoned.
the rats are not from here. They were brought here.
Kenton reaches into a pouch where he's got some hardtack.
cheese?
No, not good for rats to only eat cheese anyway. So he basically breaks off a piece of hardtack.
Oh, and in your mind, where you hear like, because he eats it and chewy, chewy meat, cheese, mooey, chewy meat, cheese, meat, cheese, chewy meat, cheese, run,
Okay,
road,
that
cheese, chewy,
yeah.
chewy, cheese, meat, cheese, road, to chewy.
Okay, that was a hit.
Kind of puts his hands over the rat's head to kind of cover his ears. Like, can you calm emotions?
Yeah, me?
Yes.
No, I wish I could.
Give me more of that chewy meat.
I don't. I can barely calm my own, but this is kind of. Do you have some cheese? I'm getting a little bit hungry for cheese.
Cheese.
I want a snack now.
A person who assassinated the ambassador and is driving a wedge between Braylon and Nusir.
Do you want me to try to explain that to the rat? Because I gotta
No,
tell you.
I do not.
Okay, I was just checking because I wasn't sure. Except
I think we've let Rowan run off to wherever the hell he's going and set things on fire, I'm sure. And Alarian is off somewhere, floating. Probably
I told you what I was doing. All
remember,
good.
I was sending. I wasn't paying attention. So.
Fair.
I let her know. I let you know. No, he's just looking for good and evil, and probably more evil than good.
Okay.
He's floating around. He'll be back. I don't know where Rowan went, but Rowan is going to Rowan regardless. Oh my God! Can you let the rat go?
Cheese.
Outside this house.
I want him to start rapping. I want him to. The song is good, but I want different.
Swiss
styles,
cheese is
different
holy.
tastes.
Swiss cheese is good when you're feeling the rat. Okay, it's understood. I'm not going to do that.
Okay, so we know where to go. We know they've been summoned. We know that Duraz doesn't appear to have actually been here. At least the person we met is not him. Or at least that appears to be what it is. I'm waiting for my Baron to get back to me. Oh, you don't know that. Oh, wait,
I was gonna say we're back in the ambassador's room, right?
No, we're outside the ambassador's room.
Okay, well, right. So we're not at Duraz's room.
No, no one's at Duraz's room.
We got told by
Alarian told you
about Duraz. Do you want to look at his room? I'm sure the servants have decided to go in there and clean up.
Or not.
They hadn't before.
It was locked. Locked.
But the servant that entered this room to find the ambassador and come and get you.
Oh, I would have told you. I would have told you guys it was locked and trapped.
I am certain that he was actually the trapped part is concerning because a servant would have at some point at least knocked and checked the door.
Not to mention cleaned the room. That was the reason why they were going into this room. Why would they not have gone to Duraz's room?
It's entirely possible that Duraz said, I will take care of my own room. Please don't trouble yourself. That is something.
He's just bopping beside you.
You noticed that you have a very clean map that I'm hoping you're going to put down soon outside. Outside.
Well, I could strap
Cheese.
him to a bolt. And
Cheese.
shoot him toward the
Cheese.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they would survive, but I'm not certain the creature would like it.
Like some cheese.
If you just put him down, he'll just scramble down the
No,
and go.
Gonna run away, cheese.
He's just
Chewy meat.
jamming. We can keep him as a pet, even. He's
No.
great. Wow. You guys are not seeing the depth of soul that I see in this rat.
No, we're not.
This video is don't look now. It's cast Charm Human on you.
How deep is your cheese? How deep is your cheese? I really need to learn.
He's like the butterfly from the Last Unicorn. He just
Yeah,
knows
that's
songs
it.
from all different worlds.
Love the butterfly. Alarian,
Yes.
as this heartwarming cheese moment is happening between the rat and the rest of them,
I'm a little sorry I'm missing it, to be honest.
the door flies open,
Uh-huh.
and flying out from it is your quarry. Sitting in a large hand,
I knew it.
flying down the road is
But
Rowan.
he's taken off somewhere. Okay, that's not. I turn invisible and go after him. I will again shadow from the air.
He is,
Okay.
He is barely conscious because while he was tying the ribbon around the thing, the Bigby's hand didn't pull him down far enough to clear one of the doors. And he
Yeah, he's like, oh! Right.
All right,
Rowan.
Where the hell is he going? And I guess I'm going to find out.
Rowan, you head down to the place that you were told to find. And Alarian, this is good because we can do this from your perspective. As we follow along, Alarian, you see him sort of shifting through the streets. And I should mention that as you're going along here, you can see still, now again, a lot of this is much improved since you came here. People that you fed, people that you healed, so it's doing a lot better than they were, and a lot more of them that are clean, because they keep running up to the thing that Tanton made and getting clean, so a lot better than it was. That said, though, there's still sort of the signs of everything being run down in New Seer everywhere. And you arrive, Alarian, you see Rowan arrive at a boarded up place, and there is a painted wooden sign that portrays a warforged holding a ragged banner aloft outside. This must be
But
the one that's
wait,
known
I
as
think even I can put this together.
as the tattered banner. And Rowan, as you come up to it, you can see sort of just like as you get out of the hand, because I assume you do at some point, you can see someone across the street from it in an alleyway, and you hear kind of a psst.
And now all I can imagine is Rowan getting out of the hand and putting a set of reins over it.
Yeah, it's like, you stay here.
Pat, you stay here, Betsy.
But yeah,
Instead of neighing, it just curls its fingers and then uncurls.
Yeah, exactly. Whoa, easy there. Okay, no. So you hear a psst from behind you, Rowan, from across the street from the tattered banner.
I turn around, reminded that I'm observant.
Yep. Right. That's right. This is why you're not surprised by. You see.
It's like, want some BTL? No, I don't.
You see, exactly. No, you see.
Across the streams.
You see Karenna crouched behind a barrel on the other side of the street, and she kind of gestures you over.
Who is that again?
I'm not sure if Rowan mentioned this to all of you. Did you, Rowan? I don't remember if you would have. Probably not. Maybe, but I don't remember.
When
it's
this happened,
fine if you did not. I'm just. Do I recognize
when this
person?
happened, I was by someone. I think it was Nisiana, but I can't remember.
Okay.
I guess question. The question. Have I seen this person before?
No, I don't think you have.
Okay. That's fine. All good.
And you see Rowan sort of hurry across to the barrel.
I just I'm trying to make it look as inconspicuous as possible.
Walk casual, but don't look like you're walking casual.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Now, Alarian, you cannot hear this conversation unless you want to swoop down very close, because they're like. So you just know that Rowan's talking to someone. This person.
Is it quietly? Are they whispering?
No, they're whispering. You'd have to get very close. Probably close enough Rowan might notice.
Yeah, I know.
He is, as we have noted, very perceptive.
You popping?
Gonna do. No, I'm just gonna observe from a distance. It's fine. I can always brace him about it later if I must. It's fine.
Karenna says, you told us to let you know if we saw things when we were running around the city. And, well, I thought you should know, sir, because Well, it's in there, sir. You see, right there, it's... Oh, and actually, no, she doesn't call you sir. She goes out of her way to call you Rowan. I'm sorry, because you said don't call me sir. I apologize.
Yeah.
Rowan,
Actually,
it's
hold
right
on.
in the...
Hold on. Didn't you use your alias with her? Or
Yep.
not?
Oh,
I thought
No,
you
not with
You
her.
did.
I don't think with her. You did.
You sure?
I don't remember. Did
I thought
Yeah,
he
no,
was.
with her.
he
you
was
used
operating 'cause
you definitely used it with all of the official people. I don't know whether you did it this one or not. Maybe you didn't, in which case I'll change.
Okay,
But-
never mind.
Yeah.
It's, okay.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the point, was that Rowan did not do that here for specific reasons.
Okay.
So, and she says, Rowan, right across the way, in there, we saw them go in, sort of slid through the window they did. There's two goblins, sir. 2 goblins. And that's not the best part of it. One of them, sir, one of them had a big wheel of cheese. They had this big bit of cheese that they brought with them. And there was something else. You got to come close, sir. I didn't want you to do it until you were here. But here, Rowan. And she kind of half crouches, half, makes her way swiftly across the street to next to one of the basement windows.
I follow.
Okay, and the tattered banner, by the way, completely boarded up, incidentally. It's clearly not open officially. As you get to the basement window, Rowan, and Alarian, you see Rowan,
Can I do something while
across
they're
the street.
moving? I stay above them.
If you want, sure.
I get down to 25 feet, and I want to do detect good and evil on her.
Sure, you can do that.
Okay.
Clearly good.
Okay. Not aberration. she's
No,
human.
definitely not.
Okay. Just checking.
That suddenly, raw, demon. No.
Were
She's
rat
very
were
good
rattling.
at
Yeah.
deceiving people.
Exactly. She's very good at being a demon. No.
Yeah.
She goes over to the basement window, and she says, and she crouches down low, Rowan. He says, "Here, sir." And as you kind of, not sir. I keep doing that. Sorry. With everyone else, they refer to him as sir, but you went out of your way to not be referred to that. Rowan, down here. And as you lean down, you hear, coming from the basement, you hear the sound of, sorry that I couldn't do exactly the identical sound, pipes quietly playing from the basement. And that is where we are going to bring our session to a
Dun
close.
dun dun. That's not the.
Happening? What is happening?
Pipe,
First,
pipe.
we were at courtly intrigue, and suddenly there are rats and goblins. I feel like, are we high? Is that what happened? Are we the ones that have been poisoned?
It's the final tribute,
Excellent.
I have been having a blast watching you go through these, partially because you're all handling it so beautifully in terms of what these things are. Rowan, you had set this thing up with Karenna some sessions ago, and basically we're tell me when you hear things, and Karenna was like, salute, I am on my way, and has been doing that ever since. And then when Tanton was down in the kitchen, I was like, outstanding, because that's exactly where they go. Guess what? It's time for a little role play session with a rat. So there was that, and then Nisiana getting the information from the Baron, the reaction to Same, and what does this mean about who the Jurasco actually is. As I'll talk about when I get to it, I was dying with Marie with Mari's discussion with the rat is tremendous, and obviously Alarian trying to figure out what the hell is what is going on with this one. Everyone has sort of picked up part of this mystery and has opened up elements of it, but there's still these hidden components. You're like, what the hell is on the front end of this mystery? Stuff, right? So, go ahead, Brandon. You were gonna say?
If we have parts of this mystery, then this mystery is either bigger than either of us could ever surmise, or we are to hazard more, for lack of kind of ways to put this, we are the least skillful detectives on Earth.
No, not that.
I don't know about that.
Not
sir.
the
Earth.
latter. Not the latter. You are picking up elements of it, but there's a lot of scattered info that you're trying to put together.
When this comes together, I'm gonna feel like my brain has expanded tenfold.
It was a blast watching you folks go through this. I will start with John on the bottom right of the Ziggurat with Alarian. Good stuff today. It was, I think, definitely a good call for Alarian to get a sense of what was happening in this sort of surveillance thing. But I will admit to being vaguely, smugly pleased when you're like, detecting magic right now. I'm like, you know who's running right now being carried by a large Big B's hand down a corridor? And I was like, that was fun. But also, the other thing is, of course, Larian trying to oh no. What did we lose?
Marie's computer crash.
Oh, no.
Okay. Now I
was looking at it the entire time going, at least she froze, so she's still there, and then oops.
Oh wow, I'm a cleric now. How'd this happen?
Wow. Okay, I will move you all. I'll move you all around, so that won't be a problem. But anyway, so
me has gone back to being a Larian.
I will change this around. But very, very, very cool stuff, Larian, trying to figure things out and I'm not saying like, quote, as the sensible one, because I don't, it's not that everyone else is not being sensible, but in the sense that you are more sort of like, I've got to figure out practically what's happening, even though I don't actually know what the hell's going on right now. So there was a lot of that had to be figured out as you were going through this. So how did you feel about today's session, John? Where will the lovely folks find you next?
Well, first I have a riddle for you.
Okay.
How does a wild magic sorcerer and a Starforged Aegis open a door?
They punch through it?
As loudly as
possible.
Literally, yes.
Yeah,
which was hilarious. That was the whole thing. Oh my god.
The Big B thing was very funny.
Yeah. Oh well, they picked the lock, zap, like, okay, that's not supposed to happen here, I'm pretty sure. And then him firing back. And literally, Alarian was standing by just kind of watching this whole thing happen, like, and then bribing the server like, this guy does not need to be here. It's not to get in trouble. It was a thing. This was a lot of fun. And I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure me following him was a good thing now. So, which was going to happen regardless. I knew it was him as soon as you mentioned moving through the halls. I'm like, I know who that is. But Alarian didn't know until I saw him come out, of course. So, like, well, no, he cannot. He barely managed to stay out of trouble with Merime. There's no way he's not going to get in trouble by himself. So clearly, So now we're at the Tattered Banner, which was on the list anyways. So I think we can take it. We'll see next session, though. This was a lot of fun. It's very interesting seeing how these threads are going to start tying together, assuming we can bring them all close enough, which we'll do in our own inimitable style. So, people can see me pretty much here. I don't have anything until next month, though. I will be at GameholeCon in Madison. It's a nifty, it's a smaller convention, but a lot of fun.
Very cool.
It's a good time. And hopefully I might see someone else from this group here. I don't know if plans have finally been finalized, but we'll see. Yes, I'll be in Madison next month, about 2/3 of the way through October. I think it's October 16th through the 20th or something like that. In the meantime, hopefully we'll get 2 sessions next month. One crosses their fingers. Cross their fingers. Yeah, exactly. And this has been awesome. So I can't wait. Of course, I don't know, Arv. I feel like we're stretching this mystery out a little bit, but maybe we're not. Maybe we're kind of right on track. I don't know. I can't tell. I literally can't tell.
So. That's good that you can't tell, and I can't tell you. So it'll be up to decide how you all.
We are going to do what we're going to do, and it is what it is.
That's it. That's it. Rolling with the players. That's what I'm doing. Rolling with the players. But always a pleasure. Good stuff today, John. Also great stuff, Jen from Nisiana. Obviously, it was a good idea to go back and check with the ambassador. Would be the logical thing for Nisiana to do. Also, the fact that Nisiana sent the stuff to the Baron and got the whole, like, the hell does that mean? Like, very much the, like, I don't know. There's always the one person in your email chains that you'll send an email to, and they're like, this, and you're like, but I asked you, like, 3 things. Can you answer it? Like, why do I have to ask for every individual thing? So there was a little bit of that. But again, the fact that there was, apparently, the Duraz Jarasco was sent here, and then you were like, but is this the real Duraz Jarasco? Like all that began to sort of enter the equation. So that was fun to see. And it is going to be interesting to see how Nisiana deals with having resurrected someone and dealing with that. They seem to be okay. But how you're then going to deal with the knowledge that you can't, there's something off about this kinsman and you don't know why exactly. That'll be interesting to kind of see that play out. How did you feel about today's session, and where would lovely folks find you next?
The logic puzzle is what's got me. It's the 2 glasses and the bottle. Yeah. They both drank. It happened before midnight. Both of them should have died.
Mm-hmm.
And if one didn't die because they had an antidote, they're the culprit. If one didn't die because they realized, oh, I've been poisoned, why didn't they go check on the ambassador? You know, I mean, that's what a healer would do.
Yep.
So that right there is like either Diraska's dead. I mean, Duraz is dead and he's been replaced. And with the new stuff that he hasn't been in his room. And me and Tantam's actually brought up the whole, why wasn't the room cleaned? And I'm like, that is actually a really good point, because even if I say I can clean it myself, servants still walk in there. So servants get forgetful. They will open doors. And if it's been trapped like that, that should have gone off a lot sooner. So that is also concerning and curious. I am interested in hearing what the Baron says back to me for my latest message, because message is so limiting. It's so limited.
It's like why don't I have more characters to work with? You know, it's like
yes, your spell to talk to someone across a continent is so limited.
It's still it's 25 words. There's a lot, and I'm not that good at this because I'm still trying to be polite. But it's still Nisiana.
It's like trying to fit a bio into a conference.
Yes. And I am curious about the whole Pied Piper thing. That's kind of interesting. But now I'm actually concerned for my kinsman, as in, oh, is he dead? Hopefully, my Baron will know someone who knows someone who can actually message him and see if it gets through. Because now I don't know. I don't think Duraz is my kinsman, because he's just not acting right. So, where am I gonna be? Where am I gonna be? I think I'm gonna be here. I'm not supposed to travel again, for a while, and I don't think I have any other online interviews. I don't know. It's a tomorrow's problem, honestly. If you want to keep up with me, sign up for my newsletter, get some free fiction, jenniferbrozek.com. I send out something once a month. And you get cat pictures. And yes, the cats were starting to fight as we were ending, so I had to basically shove them off one by one to separate them.
Separate corners. All right. Well,
Yes.
I'm glad that they have been properly separated, and thanks, Jen.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how things go next month. Brandon, great stuff from Rowan, as always too. I was the sort of from the initial here's how this is going to go to the later I'm going to punch through this door to the later thing about like I'm gonna go back and deal with this thing. Like Rowan, I think is keeps taking these decisive actions, which may or may not be, you know, as we joke around, stupid, but I think mostly they've just been like, here's what I'm doing, you know, like I'm going to decisively do this, I'm going to decisively do that. And that has a very powerful effect. It's not particularly quiet, but it's certainly, profound. And I am interested to see how more of Rowan interacting with Karenna, who is this sort of like Baker Street irregular almost, right, that you have working with you, how that's going to play out as you are brought over to this basement, being observed sight unseen by a certain Starforged. How did you feel about today's session? Where will the fun folks find you next?
I have no idea what's going on. Rowan finally, for once, Rowan knows less than I do. So this is going to be fun. Mysteries are always hard, right, from the player's perspective of where, okay, information is actually being shared, but I have no idea what's a clue or not.
Right.
So at this moment, I'm like, did the rats drink the poison? Are the rats the assassins? Where did the goblins come from? So I am very eager to finally see all of this fall into place. But I also like in that exact same context that as you say, Rowan is just like fond of making decisive action. In the middle of a con, you don't get to plan again. You either need to make a step or you don't. I've been as a result of a great deal of other things disconnected from play, I've been thinking a lot about an outlining system known as Dramatica. Where one of the questions that it asks you to ask of the story that you're telling is, what is the story limit? Are you time locked or are you option locked? Are you is the story being propelled because the heroes are running out of time to accomplish their task, or is it being propelled because they're running out of options that will lead to the best possible way to achieve their objective? And I feel like we're obviously option locked because we have no idea what's going on. A guy was already dead, and then the minute we decided we needed to actually figure out what was going on, things just started spiraling while we were observing the scene, and we still have no idea what we've learned or not as a result. So at that point, you just kind of have to make a decision with what you think you know.
Yeah.
So I'm very eager to see how we respond to the goblins at this point, because I didn't even know that they were a factor. I didn't know that there were goblins. Obviously everyone knows that goblins exist, but why are the goblins here? What is the cheese for? What are the pipes for?
By the way,
I haven't
side
even
note,
met the rat yet.
Yeah, and side note, by the way, something for chat as well. In Eberron, of course, the goblins used to have an enormous, were almost continent-spanning empire. There was a goblin empire. So goblins are not the sort of traditional D&D, like, you know, these are the bunch of creatures that live in caves and, you know, occasionally raid human settlements. Like, goblins here have a very long and proud history, and somewhat of a sad history also. So anyway, just thought I would bring that up.
So yeah, all of those are things that I'm very curious to actually learn about. It is raising all of my alarm bells that we were right behind Diraz Jarasco entered the prince's residence, and then he disappeared. No one knows where he's went, even while we're still literally interrogating him for attempted murder, and he literally has vials of what we suspect are poison on his person. So I'm sure that's good. I'm sure that's not going to come to a head at all. I'm sure that's not going to be a big deal whatsoever. So we'll see what that looks like next session. Hello everybody, I'm Brandon O'Brien. I'm a poet, writer, and game designer from Trinidad and Tobago. When next you will see me, I will be doing a thing just before our next game. And this is what I wanted to share with primarily Prince Justin in chat, because he did in fact take some lovely headshots of me, and I decided to make use of them immediately. So the Bocas Lit Fest here in Trinidad and Tobago has a workshop series called Bocas Academy, and they have asked me if I wanted to do a 2-session masterclass on reimagining the future through speculative writing. So if you want to actually get to see me talk about not only speculative fiction but speculative poetry, because of course, definitely come and check that out. Sign-ups are still available, literally just opened like a couple of days ago. I am very eager to be doing this form of this class in with the Bocas Lit Fest, which I'm sure the primary audience that we're working for is Caribbean writers, Caribbean would-be writers, but I do want to make it available for everybody else as well, because I do think that doing these kinds of things are rad.
Hey, so, Brandon, before you go on, can I ask a question? What does TT 650 work out to in US dollars? What is that about?
In US dollars, 650 is like just over 100 US, if I'm not mistaken.
Cool.
Let's actually ask Google.
I could do that. I didn't know if you.
Oh yeah, of course. Like it's just $96 roughly.
Okay.
So yeah,
Very
if that's
cool.
a thing that you are into, if you would like to join me and learn some of the things that I think about when I think about speculative writing, I think that would be really fun. Other than that, I don't have anything upcoming at the moment. Flights of Foundry is going to be coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Um,
I think next week, right? Isn't
I
is it
think
next
it
weekend?
is next week.
Because I've got a panel and a reading with Flights Foundry as well. But I think it's next week, yeah.
So I'll be doing one panel about poetry there as well. Right, that's September 26th to the 28th. I think that is actually the week after next.
Yeah, so 2 weeks, you're right.
So yeah, there's going to be a lot of poetry content there as well that has nothing to do with me, but you should definitely check all of it out. I'm pretty sure that's everything for me, but I will also mention as an aside, the media thing that I forgot that I was going to mention, which is a new Kamen Rider series started last week called Kamen Rider Zets. It's about a silly goober named Baku who wants very badly to be able to not only be very cool, but to lucid dream, and then discovers that he can actually not only lucid dream, but becomes a Kamen Rider in his dreams. And it is not only available to watch in the US, but it is literally being simulcast on YouTube every Saturday.
Wow.
So for the next 2 days straight on the YouTube channel Tokushoutsu, you could just get there at a random half an hour and just watch episode 2 anytime between tonight and Monday night. So if that's a thing that you're into, I think that this episode 1 was really rad. Episode 2 should have dropped literally like 20 minutes ago or so. So if that's your speed, I definitely recommend it. Now that's me.
Thank you, Brandon. Good stuff. Yeah, and be on the lookout. Gray Shade TTRPG coming quite soon now. Quite soon, we promise. I know I've been saying that a lot, but quite soon. Always a pleasure. Thanks, Brandon.
At this point, I've been hesitating until we have it in our hands.
I know. Exactly. Yeah. No, I know. But thanks, Brandon. Good stuff tonight. Maria's computer crashed, and her new computer. She hastens to point out, and it is now sitting at about, I think, 16% as of last chance. So I think Marie is finished for the evening with us. But you can find all of Marie's awesome writing. As I mentioned, Marie is the chair of CanCon, which is coming next month. I'm very excited for that. I'll be going back to Ottawa to hang out with the fine peoples up there. And Marie was awesome with Merame, and I was like, the back and forth rat stuff with Marie was a blast. I please give me more cheese caffeine addled rats to hang out with and role play. It was a lot of fun. And Marie is always a good sport as Merame was handling that. So excited to see what happens when that continues as we move along with Merame and with Marie Bilano. Last but certainly not least, Tren. For me, the highlight with you was obviously caffeine rat plus cheese plus it was just great. But in addition to that was the fact that I guess I'm trying to think sort of how to explain it. I think the fact that you had enough coffee at that point, that Tanton had enough coffee, to know that what it was he was doing was like there was a vague there's a vague concept of it sort of made a little bit of sense to you at the time, right? But then it just struck me, if you're carrying it along, and I think Jen's reaction, Nisiana's reaction to this was just like, what? Like, why are you carrying this rat? It's a long story, but and I love the fact that you were the one alone in the kitchen, as I said, to be able to actually see that, and that may lead some other, clues about this very strange, weird place known as New Seer and all this crazy stuff happening in it. So I'm excited to see what Tantin gets up to with other things like that. How did you feel about today's session, Trent? Where will the fine folks find you next?
Let's go with the second part first. Back here.
Okay.
I'm not going anywhere, really. I'm just, as for what was the first question?
Oh, just like how you felt about the adventure, anything that stood out.
Oh, right. Yeah. That thing that we just spent the last couple of hours doing. Right. The rat thing did not pan out the way I thought it was going to. I figured I was dealing with somebody who was shapeshifted into a rat.
Right.
Was trying to hide, but I love the way it turned out anyway. But I was fully expecting to just have to shoot this rat and have it turn into somebody like one of the servants
Right.
who has been sneaking, transforming and sneaking around the house to get stuff, and I just kill them in the kitchen. It's like, oh, how very Clue of me to do. But that didn't happen yet. So no, not that. So those were fireworks, by the way, not a gunshot.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah. Well, at this hour, yes. Glad to hear it at 2 a.m. No, not so much. So the there are so many little keyframes that I'm juggling, waiting for them to come up so that Tanton can comment on them, but he doesn't know about them yet. And so it's like, as soon as somebody mentions the thing that the trigger phrase that I'm waiting to hear, he's gonna drop something that that he knows, but he can't do that until the plot makes sense for him to comment on.
Right.
So yeah, that's one of the things I love about playing with a good group, because you no matter which player we're talking about, we all have little nuggets that we're kind of keeping on a tray next to our desk. It's like, okay, what do I need now? Ah, good, this one. And drop it in. It's like, yeah,
some lovely nuggets of info here.
Yeah. I love that kind of thing. It's absolutely brilliant. What else? Nothing. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Good stuff tonight, everybody. And I am also excited to see these folks get back into these things. I will say this section, this adventure, is taking a little longer than I originally anticipated, but it's a little bit longer. That's fine. But part of it is just it's been really enjoyable to watch the sort of group tease it out, and there are high stakes here, so I get as to why it's taking this long. But it's a little bit off of the. We're a long way from an undead. Horde, dealing with an undead horde, if you remember the Nightland thing more towards the beginning of this campaign. Very different kind of feel for this part of it. Anyway, great stuff tonight, and thank you all, as always, for being awesome. Chat, can we get some love for the amazing and awesome Infinity and Beyond crew of Trent Sparks, Marie Bilodeau, Brandon O'Brien, Jennifer Brozek, John Helfers. Great stuff, crew. Thank you all, and I will see you folks next month.
Bye, everybody.
Bye for now. All right. So that is going to do it for, let's make sure that I got this here. Let's do that, and let's turn on that, and let's transition to that. That is going to do it for us for this evening. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, I've been really enjoying playing this weird mystery thing that we call the Final Tribute. Very interesting stuff. And I'm excited to see what else they get up to as time goes on. But what it is time for us to do now is it is time for us to rise up on out and let me close that down. There we go. To rise up on out and head out of here ourselves. As I mentioned, for those of you who may not have been here earlier on, we will not be here tomorrow or Monday, but we'll be back on Tuesday, which will be my birthday. We will be doing, first of all, at noon Eastern, we'll be doing more Beowulf Age of Heroes, which will be a lot of fun as we can begin the final portion of the Beowulf campaign with Tari Tunes. And then we will have at 4 p.m. Eastern more Expeditions Rome over on GOG. So that's going to be a good time. And then on Thursday, more Dragonlance as we get more into that as well. So that is going to be a good time. And I should mention that 2 weeks from today, actually 2 weeks from yesterday, is going to be the Arvathon, the subathon, and I'm going to be announcing details on Tuesday about how the subathon is going to work. But spoiler alert, it means when you subscribe, the timer of when I am playing is going to increase. So if you want to see me playing a whole lot, you're going to want to make sure that the subs are flowing and also the Patreon support is flowing. And in addition to that, there will be some special giveaways and things like that happen as time goes on. So that's all going to be exciting. And I am excited to talk to you folks about it. That'll be happening, as I say, Friday the 26th and Saturday the 27th. So that'll be a good time. And I should have remembered that the Flights of Foundry thing is at the beginning of the 27th for me. So it's like, oh yes, I remember when this actually was, because I was a little confused. I have a reading and also a panel that I'm doing for Flights of Foundry. So that should be a good time. But that is going to do it for me for tonight. So if you like what you saw and heard,
I hope you will follow the channel. I hope you will check out my YouTube with !ArvTube. Thanks for everyone who followed me over there. Please do check out my Greg Talks Writing playlist that I've been adding to. I probably have a good 17 or 18 short videos over there now, so please do that. That is that. Obviously, Blue Sky, !ArvSky, where you can follow my microblogging stuff. Gen GMs, Gen GMs is my DM and GM tip show with Zach Clay. And I'm going to be talking more about that there's going to be an announcement coming about future stuff that we're doing with that, which we're excited about. Again, ! Gen GMs there. Website for this, arvinellerun.com. Financially, !Arv Shop. It's the merchandise area. You saw a bunch of people repping the shirts from Expedition with the Mysterious Peaks today. Patreon is !Arvtreon, where you can hang out with the Arvanauts. Where you can get cool stuff for yourself and cool stuff for the channel to help the Arvanauts. That's what I meant to say. That is going to be a focus of our subathon, as is the actual subbing to the channel is going to be a focus of Arvathon 2025 coming in just a couple of weeks. And so you can get cool stuff from the Patreon and cool stuff for yourself. And when you sub to the channel, you can also get cool stuff, including custom sub badges and emotes to use here, there, and everywhere across Twitch. So please support us by checking that out. And let's see, Blue Sky Tournament. Yes, on the publishing front, Icarus, my graphic novel from Athos Arts, Library, my Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library. That's my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment, and Greyshade. That's my Greyshade IP, Greyshade Renegade Heretic, the Greyshade, the Grey Assassin trilogy, critically acclaimed, is available, and you can get that there from Athos Arts. You can also get the audiobook of Greyshade from our very own Trent Sparks. The last 2 audiobooks for Renegade and Heretic coming later this year, so be on the lookout for that. And also consider pre-ordering the tabletop role-playing game of Greyshade from Alligator Alley Entertainment and our very own Brandon O'Brien, who you saw tonight. That is going to be coming out soon, so make sure that you pre-order that so you can get that copy when it is ready. And as always, BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage. And we send the message we'll do so for others in that situation in the future. Thank you to my wonderful mods tonight. Thank you so much to Dragonspear, who I see has been lurking. Thank you to Prince Justin, of course, who's awesome. Thank you to Triffid, equally awesome. Thank you to Coven of Lenora, also awesome. Good to see you, Coven. And of course, thank you to the Rising Tides, about which more in a moment. Thank you to my wonderful mods, best mods in the business. And thank you to my wonderful Patreon supporters and subscribers. Thank you to JLC. Thank you to Trendane. Thank you to my wonderful viewers. Thank you to Excel. Thank you to Jagtress. Thank you to JD Metters. What's up, Jeff? Thank you to Nonstop. Thank you to Radio Johnny Panda. And thank you to Zalvio. You just arrived, Dragonspear? I see. Well, it's good to have you here anyway. And thank you, of course, most of all tonight, not only to you, but thank you to my Infinity and Beyond crew, to the amazing Trent Sparks and Marie Bilodeau and Brandon O'Brien and Jennifer Brozek and John Helfers. Great stuff from all of them. That's it for me. I will see you folks on Tuesday for birthday streams and Beowulf, Age of Heroes, as we move into the final stages of that campaign. And more of this Expedition from the Mysterious Peaks coming next. More of Eberron, Oracle of War, coming next month. But this coming Tuesday, you will be able to hang out with me during my birthday. Tuesday is my birthday, Dragonspear. And I will be hanging out with all of you lovely folks as we play the Beowulf, Age of Heroes, and then I go over to GOG for Pen and Pixels and some Expeditions Rome. Otherwise, thanks everyone, much love, and I will see all of you wonderful folks very soon. Until then, as I always say, everyone, please be good to each other, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and have a good night.
Most folks in Eberron live their lives hoping to survive and protect the ones they care about the most.
A few do that and more, trying to help those around them, even the ones they don't know. But only one group does all that when no one else can. The King's Citadel, the ones who do the job no one else can do. Elarian, the Shield, a star-forged Aegis whose strength lies in the defense of their companions and their will to keep the Citadel and its missions safe no matter the price, even when that price must finally be paid. Merime, the Sword, a Kalashtar bard whose dreams predict doom and disaster, and who has touched the mind of a god. Her skill in battle, insight into the hearts and minds of those she encounters, and love for her sister in the Citadel is more necessary than ever, if her divinely touched spirit does not waver. Tantan, the Brain. A dragon-marked human artificer whose jovial demeanor conceals a deep curiosity, razor-sharp intellect, and long memory. He knows what he did for the last war, and he knows what it did to him. And now that he has returned to the site of it all, deep within the ruins of Seir, he knows how much worse the next war will be, unless he can stop it. Nisiana, the Heart. A dragon-marked halfling healer whose love for her sister is matched only by her desire to help and heal the members of the Citadel. She's grown wiser and more wary, and has learned that at times harming matters as much as healing. Can she keep hope and the King's Citadel alive? Rowan, the Wild Card. A human wild magic sorcerer who's played a dangerous game for most of his life. He's gone all in to save his friends, but for the first time he's learned they're not the only ones sitting at the table. Can he break through the shadows of his past and finally call the bluff? These 5 elite operatives came together to aid the salvage outpost of Salvation, where the Grey hovers nearby, a threat and a promise. With the Oracle of War, they found an artifact powerful enough to end a war, or begin one. They traveled to Sharn's City of Towers to unravel the Oracle's mysteries while stopping assassination attempts from the terrorist organization known as the Emerald Claw. They traveled back to Salvation and into the Grey to repel a war-forged invasion and take the fight to the Lord of Blade's secret fortress Razorcrag. They paid a heavy price to rescue hostages from the fortress, and the Lord of Blades escaped into the Grey, seeking a way to create an army of Warforged powerful enough to crush the 5 nations of Corvair. But the Citadel had more immediate problems, the Emerald Claw, and a looming war. At the same time learning that the Lord of Blades seeks the Oracle of Bones to create his invincible army. Now the King's Citadel is in a race against time to unite the 5 nations and stop the Lord of Blades before he can turn his full might against all of Corvair. They've saved Salvation, navigated Sharn, prevented disaster at Razorcrag, stopped the war with Thrain, and thwarted the Emerald Claw. But can they finally unlock the Oracle of War's secrets and defeat the Lord of Blades? Only if they remember that in the end, all they have is each other and the King's Citadel. Long live the King. Welcome to Eberron. Welcome to Corvair. Welcome to the final season of the Oracle of War.